2 months. We've been doing this for 2 months. Hello and good evening. My name is Axolotl Andy, and this is the FluffCast. I'll be your host and streamer for the evening. Let's get into things. Tonight we have a guest artist by the name of Bad Luck. Let's see what the boys are talking about.
Dude, it's a damn shame this conversation isn't being recorded. This is solid gold.
This is solid gold. We're talking right now live here from the FluffCast, talking about that President Trump died going into his third term because he eats pizza backwards like a fucking mongoloid, and we just don't know what to do with that.
And then they outlawed the fucking
sometimes
pizza.
I eat pizza backwards. Like,
Yeah.
it just depends on the mood.
Outlawed pizza. Now we got people
mean-
getting stabbed with breadsticks and shit. They're trying to outlaw those.
Imagine,
Hell's-
okay,
Oh,
let's
hey,
say
we're live.
hypothetically.
Oh
Okay.
shit! There's people here.
Yep.
Good
There is.
God, why the fuck would anyone watch us?
We didn't see you there. Come sit on my knee.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit on your knee again, Uncle
Oh
Funk.
god, I need to start drawing
Okay.
now, don't I?
You can sit on the left knee this time. I won't make you sit on the middle knee.
No, like just hypothetically. Hypothetically, let's say you're at dinner, right, with like
Mhm.
the person of your dreams, and you order pizza.
Wait, are
and
you
the
out
person
to
of your dreams?
are you out to dinner? Or are you in the comfort of your own home?
Either or.
Okay.
You're at the
Either or.
nice Pizza Hut.
We're at the nice
Oh,
Pizza Hut,
shit.
right?
Okay, the nice Pizza Hut.
They
Okay,
bring
so
out the
let's say-
Pepsi glasses.
You're with the person of your dreams. They eat the pizza backwards, right? But they only eat the crust, and then they put the actual pizza down, and they just
No.
do that
I-
multiple times.
No,
No, that's a reptilian in disguise of
I'm
my
sorry.
favorite person.
That's
there's
a
only
hard
two
pass.
ways this can go. There's only two ways that can go from that point on. Either I'm sorry, this is not going to work out, or you try to form some kind of symbiosis where you're eating the pizza they're leaving behind, and they take care of all the crust for you.
Like
Oh, yeah.
and you
That
meet
works
middle
out.
Lady and Tramp style.
Yeah, but then you have this freak ass fucking Lady in the Tramp pizza symbiosis, like you're attached at the hip every meal, because now you have to split whatever the fuck you're eating, because you
Well,
can't just do it with one food or it's weird, right?
That's like
So now it's
the-
like, oh, you got to eat the meatballs and the sauce off of this fucking spaghetti, and I'll just have the noodles, I guess.
I guess I'll
'cause
just
they're
I will
weird.
suck on the noodles, and
have
then I
some
will
moist
put.
noodles.
I will spit them out onto the plate. I just want the sauce, like not the sauce, just the sauce on the noodles.
Give me the sauce,
Here-
boss.
Here's a fun story. I dated a girl in high school who decided about a week into us dating, like it's high school dating. It's just like, hey, I think you're cool. I think you're cool. And we were like, all right, cool.
Let's hang
And I
out
was
more
like-
than an hour.
That's it. Let's hang out more than an hour. Well, we were going out, and I said, hey, do you want to go to the movie? She said, yeah, let's go to the movie. I said, do you want to get something to eat before we go to the movie? She said, yeah. I said, are you okay with McDonald's? Because this high school funk, all I can afford is McDonald's.
Dude,
And
you got a Taco Bell.
and the McDonald's is right across the road from the movie theater, so we're going to McDonald's. So we go to McDonald's and we get in there, and like I said, okay, what do you want? She's like, well, I don't want much of anything. I said, okay. I said, let me get a 20-piece chicken nugget. We'll split that. I said, are you okay with that? She said, I'm fine with that. We got our sauces, got our drinks, sat down, started eating them. Everything's going good. She cracks open a sauce, takes a nugget, dunks it, sucks the sauce off like a goddamn professional, and then puts the nugget back because she's done with it.
Nah.
What?
And I would,
Funk,
I
she
just-
was trying to tell you something.
I think she was trying
She
to
was not-
communicate subliminally.
Bro,
here.
I
she
think
was trying to communicate
trying-
with me. She's a wasteful bitch, is what she's trying to
Yeah,
communicate
right.
with me.
She was going to slob on your knob like corn on the cob.
She
Well,
was
see-
waiting for you to get the penis in the popcorn thing going on, and then she was gonna suck the butter off, you know?
See, we tried that one time, and that butter salt, once it gets in the urethra, is just a whole hell of a
Yeah.
horror show. So.
Yeah, 'cause it's that real fine ground up salt too, so it gets in there real easy.
You're gonna be
Plus you
feeling
wanted
that at
butter
8
on it,
o'clock
you-
tonight.
You get that dick butter going, and it's just like, well, I feel uneasy, and I feel like I have either shit my pants, and I just don't like this.
Gives a whole new definition of nut butter, baby.
Exactly. So never like, you want to see my nutty buddy, and then like everybody left. But the thing is, like, if she was sucking it like a professional, like innuendo, but no, she just hit this thing like Auntie D over there going to town on that grapefruit. Exactly. And then just set it down. And I was like, I
She
can't
hit
have
it like
somebody this
somebody
wasteful.
hitting the fucking meat off the bone on a wing,
Or
but
a
just
rib.
no teeth.
Have you
I am
ever-
just like I am fucking viscerally, like existentially
Disgusted.
mortified right now.
I-
hearing the story.
Who wastes
was-
McDonald's tendies like that? They're really
You know
good.
That's what I'm saying.
That's your
No, I don't.
lizard brain reacting to that.
Well,
Mhm.
here's the thing. Normally you have more sauce than you have enough nuggets for. So she was just being resourceful. So she would have enough nuggets.
Enough
Like,
tendies.
I will drink that sauce. Like I've done that before. People paid me money. Like, Funk, can you drink all this sweet and sour? And I'm like, by God, watch me.
How many hot sauce packets can one person eat before they survive? Let's find the
Yes.
fuck out.
We're gonna find out today.
All right, let me
Bring
call.
me the Diablo sauce.
All right, I'll call up Dylan. He'll grab about 500 packets of Diablo sauce. We're doing it live. Dylan,
Like,
the
guys,
time has come.
there's an awful lot of blood in the seat. He dies. He dies.
Man,
If it
speaking of,
bleeds, we can kill it.
I was gonna say, speaking of them hot ass sauces like that, any of y'all ever had the particular misfortune of trying the one chip challenge?
What's that?
No.
Yep.
Is that
It
Oh, hello,
is-
Santa.
Hey Santa.
Nah.
Hello, Santa.
E-
Yeah, the one chip challenge is just a single, extremely fuck ass retarded spicy potato or not potato chip, tortilla chip, and it's just the one. Costs like $5-6 to try this. But like, dude, they're not fucking playing. It's the bottom of the bag level of like spice dust on this one chip.
Now, where is this? Where can you get this
Uh,
one chip?
Paqui, Paqui.
P
They
A Q
sell
U
that on
I.
their website, and occasionally you'll find standees for it in stores. 'Cause I've seen it at
Don't-
like certain gas stations and shit.
But I don't know, mate. I don't know if I can handle the packets.
It
Hey,
is.
Their ghost pepper chips are really good though.
It is $7 on Amazon to get it. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm not
here.
gonna lie to you, dude. Like, I can eat some hot ass shit, and my fucking lips were numb eating that chip. I was kind of shaking a little bit.
I like hot food. I do. But I also like not having my asshole on fire for 24 hours.
Well,
So what
if you
you're saying
remember,
is you can eat hot chip and lie.
that's the one that LA Beast.
I do eat hot chip and lye.
You know what gets me is the agita, the fucking heartburn afterwards. That's what kills me.
Mhm. Yeah, I get the.
We got-
I got acid reflux all the time, so I can only eat hot stuff very rarely.
What got me was the day I'd eaten that bag of hot chips and sneezed. I had hot chip dust go up my nose.
Oh,
But that
felt that.
motherfucker
I
hurt.
physically felt that.
that's the
I-
day
I ju-
ender.
I just laid on the floor for a minute and pondered my existence and was wondering why I was made here to suffer.
That's that one where you start considering making deals with Pazuzu for a minute.
I was sitting there.
Zozo.
I was looking at the phone. I was like, "What deity can I get on the line right now?"
Think Poseidon's got enough
I-
water to calm this heat.
I text Jesus. He said, "You're on your own, fucker." He said, "I help those who help themselves," which I translated into, "You're on your own, fucker."
I text Jesus and he left me on red. Damn it.
Oh,
Oh.
That is the name of my next young Christian adult novel.
Texted Jesus and he left me on red.
But who's on first?
1 second.
It's on second.
I don't know. Is on third.
Oh god, that routine is just in my eyes the pinnacle of comedy.
It really is. It really
'Cause,
is.
like,
You
it
cannot
seems-
get better.
Yeah, it seems dumb, but when you actually can keep up with it pretty quick with what they're doing on the routine after, one or two loops of it. Oh man, that shit just gets funnier and funnier as it goes. Like every fucking time they retell the goddamn joke, somehow it gets better.
Is there a visual of who is
looking
in
at
what
Chernobyl.
position?
No, no.
I bet it's on YouTube.
Oh, I
Not
guarantee
saying-
you it is.
I'm not saying we
I like how
interrupt
he
this
lowballs,
fantastic.
fucking landlord for the money.
Yeah, the landlord math one's pretty good too.
What, 13 over 7? Or 13 by
Yeah.
7?
13 into 7, yeah.
13 into 7, that's what it is. That was classic. I used to
Yeah,
have...
like, Laurel Hardy's some good ass shit.
Extend to our new sheriff a laurel and a hearty handshake.
I was like, "Wait a minute! I know the sheriff of Laurel. That's my hometown, and he's a shithead."
No, that's a joke that. So, Blazing Saddles.
Oh yeah,
Full
I
of
was
fucking-
I only heard like half what you said. I was sitting here kind of reading something. And I was like, "Oh wait, I know that guy." Then I realized you were talking about something else.
I was gonna say, hold on, we can't talk about too many jokes from Blazing Saddles on here. We might get in trouble.
Where are the white women at?
Susan Wojcicki will come
Here.
down on us and fucking ban the shit out
Present.
of the podcast.
You think that's bad? This is my shooting hand.
That movie is by far one of the greatest movies of all time.
I'm sorry I set up your gamer word, Sheriff.
Yeah, that one, when you sent it to me, Gibbles, and you're like, this is right up your alley. How the fuck have you never seen this? Yeah, you were dead on. That was right up
Dude,
my alley. How the fuck had I never seen that?
Who directed
It's
Blazing
just
Saddles?
Yeah, I had just never seen it until, what was it, last year?
I haven't seen it at all. I think I've only
Oh,
seen
it's
clips.
oh
It's
man.
really fucking dumb and funny.
My first
It's-
exposure was in '95 at the tender age of 2.
See, I've been exposed to it over the years. I've seen like little clips and shit of it, but I've just never sat down and watched the whole thing beginning to end.
Ah, the Forrest Gump
And
effect.
once I did, like, oh man, that shit is way better than Spaceballs. I'm sorry.
Gorst Fump.
I was not
But-
fond of Spaceballs. I'm gonna say it. I did not find
That's kinda
Spaceballs
me.
funny.
That's where
Ah,
I'm
you're
at, dude.
dead
I
to
didn't
me.
like Spaceballs all that much.
I
There's
can't. I
some
can't be
jokes in there
having
that are
this.
good, but I didn't like most of it.
I
You're
find
like Andy, and not you, Andy, but Toy Story's Andy in Toy Story 2.
what
No.
deformed and misshapen.
No.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
I don't want to play with you anymore. No, I
don't-
like I find jokes in Spaceballs funny, but the whole movie I just like, oh, this is dull. They really just keep hammering home the same joke
That's-
like a
that's
number of
because-
times.
You got to watch Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money.
I bet you weren't even watching on your
Spaceballs
Spaceballs
the
the television
flamethrower.
set.
You know what? That's what was up. I wasn't watching on the Spaceballs television set. There's
You
the
didn't have
problem.
Spaceballs
The
pajamas
television
on,
shit.
even Spaceballs
Yeah.
gummy vitamins.
You know what? I didn't have my Spaceballs T-shirt.
See,
That's the
sometimes
problem.
I get up and I'll pop myself a Spaceballs, the gummy vitamin. I'll go out the door. I'm wearing my 3 barfs, 1 moon shirt, and I go pick up Husky Chicks at the Indian Casino.
Oh, you joke about that.
Barf's 1 moon shirt got me.
If I ever saw a 3 barfs 1 moon shirt,
I would buy it
so
immediately.
fucking fast.
That one right there.
Okay.
My face hurts laughing at, or fucking sitting over here grinning at that one, man. That one kind of got me pretty bad.
Hold on. Let me open my shit to draw list here.
Let me see if it's a thing. Images.
3 barf moon.
There's 3 wolves blue moon, which kind of like actually.
Did
3
everyone
wolf
know
moon,
that you have 2 wolves inside of you? One is depression, and the other is depression.
You were
Good
depressed.
Depression.
the 2 wolves inside of me are gay and gay.
Yeah, I've heard the gay and gay one.
I have 2 wolves inside of me, and 1 Dalmatian with blue spots.
Watch out for those. Those aren't good with kids.
You got 1 neon green testicle and 1 neon blue testicle.
There's a guy that lives here at this apartment complex, has 2 Great Danes and a Dalmatian in a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm like, what kind of fucking idiot are you?
That's like having.
Dude, that's some big fucking dog. I mean,
That's-
Great Danes, granted.
Dude.
Great Danes are fucking lazy.
They're very good at solving mysteries, though.
Yeah.
Then you got
We've literally seen a movie where that's part of the fucking opening scene's punchline is,
Mhm.
why would you have a dog this big in an apartment?
let alone 2 of them. And then you have a Dalmatian, which is like the meth head of the dog family. So
Yeah.
it's like, what are you going to do with this?
Wouldn't you like to know, bud?
What
As a-
makes
I'll-
Dalmatians meth heads?
Well, they're bred to be mean. Like the reason they're firehouse dogs is they were meant to run alongside the carriage and keep the horse going by nipping at his legs the whole time, so the horse doesn't give out on the way to the fire.
Christ.
So 101 Dalmatians is full of shit because Dalmatians are mean, they're aggressive,
Well,
and they are not
If
fun.
you, if you remember when that movie come out back in the day, because I remember there was news broadcasts where they were talking about seriously, parents, seriously, don't get your fucking kid a Dalmatian just because of the cute movie. No, for
Mhm.
real, for fucking real, they're bad with kids. No, seriously.
They're really bad with
Like-
children. Why do you think they wait till the end of the movie to show you that they have a kid?
Yeah, because there's a bunch
Exactly.
of instances of kids getting bit by Dalmatians right
Yeah.
after that happened.
The 101 Dalmatian bites.
Because that's their whole. It's one of those things like
101 Dalmatian.
they are what people think pit bulls are. Like you were like,
Yes.
oh, pit bulls are mean and aggressive. No, Dalmatians are that.
I swear to God, dude, you hit it on the head right there. Because every pit bull I've ever met that was raised by somebody worth a fuck was the biggest baby. They are just total.
Oh god, yeah. I've met pit bull. I would have to say pit bulls are probably my favorite breed of dog. Like, have you
I love
ever seen a
Pibbles.
pit bull smile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
Pibbles.
Who
it's
loves the pit
so.
bull smile?
Oh no, the real
Yeah,
purity
my
of
fucking pit bull, she's a fucking sweetheart, but she's also like a little baby. So, like
Mm.
Yep.
anytime there's fireworks, she's like is scared, and she basically barks as for show. She's basically, hey,
Yeah.
come here, I want to play with you, I want to play with you. Because once you come close, then she gets super happy. Her tail is wagging a mile a minute, and she's like, play with me, play with me, play with me, to complete
What?
fucking strangers. So she's a
Yeah.
terrible guard dog.
I was gonna say
It's
the
like,
real
we're gonna be
purity
best
of
friends.
yeah, the
Sorry,
real
I thought-
purity in those dogs is whenever you get one that has the bobtail and they get all excited.
Oh, they
God.
wiggle their whole butt.
They're just shaking so
Oh,
hard
the
that
nose.
whole ass lower half of their body's just waving.
So
Yeah.
I had a buddy a few years back. He had a pit bull called Piggy.
Oh,
Aw.
They called her Piggy because she squealed.
what?
I
Not
was
what I
gonna
was
say
expecting.
probably the
Like a
tail,
pig.
but-
No, she I can't even describe like the noises, but when she was excited, she sounded like a little fucking piglet.
That's cute.
That's adorable.
And she was the biggest, like she was such a bitch. She insisted on cuddles, right? And if
Oh,
you
yeah.
didn't give her cuddles, she would go to the next person, and if that person gave her cuddles, she would lay down on that person and look at you kind of side-eyed like, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's right.
Yeah,
bitch.
fuck
exactly
you.
what my
This
dog does.
This
She's
could have
like,
been me and you.
like she'll actually get angry. Like if we eat something and we're not, she'll actually turn around and just like look away from us. She's like, I can't believe you guys are eating without me. You guys are
Angry.
total assholes.
I've been forsaken. Like one of my favorites is my brother Brandon's dog. His dog Boris, not Boris. Boris, Bors, is a.
Horse.
That's it. He is like he's 100 and some odd pound pit bull. He looks kind of like Chance from Homeward Bound. Right, he's
Okay.
not really a pit bull. He's more American bulldog with some pit in him.
I thought that was a
Yeah.
French
And-
bulldog. But whatever.
No, French Bulldog's a
French
little
bulldogs
small
are
bulldog.
itty bitty.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay,
more
okay.
black ones that you
Right,
always
that's
see.
it. Right. My bad.
Yeah.
We literally call Boris the brick because he is just like unstoppable, muscled, total sweetheart. Wouldn't hurt a fly, but he's built like a brick shithouse. And when they were still living in Memphis, we were up there one day, and we got up in the morning. One of the first things we had to do in the morning was get up and walk Boris before we went out where we were going for the day. And so we got up, and they stayed in the top floor. I was sleeping downstairs with a couple other friends in the living room. And Brandon had come downstairs. Boris stayed up there with Olivia. And then we hear Brandon goes, Boris, you ready for walks? And he comes flying around that corner. He's running down that steps as fast as he can. He comes down the steps so fast he goes head first into the wall and knocks a huge ass hole out of it. And I mean, like this hole, it's like the perfect cast to the top of his head. And we're
Oh,
checking
no.
him. There's no knot. There's nothing. There doesn't seem to be anything. He's fine. But he just sat there just looking like, I got hurted. I got hurted. Y'all, please don't leave me here today. So we changed our plans. We were going. Where were we going? We were supposed to go to downtown Memphis that day and check it out, but we ended up going like to the park and everything and just bringing Boris with us because he was just like, I got hurted. I don't want to be by myself.
Fluffy hoodies. Ooh.
It's like we can't leave that baby here by himself. Throw his ass in the car.
This poor dog.
Got him in the
Running
car as
dumbass
soon as
into
he
the wall by himself.
Damn, he hit that thing hard. And I was like, we were checking to make sure he didn't hurt anything. And he's just sitting there like, hey, I hurted.
Did you
wanna
sit
go with you
outside?
guys."
Fucking yeet!
Yep. Flew down the steps. That's what he would do as a puppy is he would try to jump down the steps to get down
Yeah.
there faster. So they had to put up a baby
Yeah.
gate for a long time.
I
Would
had,
he try and fly down the stairs?
He would just come down the stairs, and one time he jumped, and thankfully Olivia was about halfway down the stairs, so he jumps, hits her square in the chest. She goes rolling down the stairs with him, and so they had to put a baby gate up because he would just look at those stairs and be like, "Man, fuck gravity," and he's just gone.
So there I was being this sick ass flight of stairs, right? And then this dumbass dog decides he's just gonna try to defy gravity and fly his ass down me.
There I was being just a humble set of balls when I heard someone call my name. That is like my favorite green text of all time. Just
Right?
that going berserk.
Just every possible viewpoint imaginable.
Oh God Almighty! Some green text can be amazing. Most of them are shit, but every once in a while you catch that one. You're like, this could be a book, and I would read it.
Yep.
There's a lot of good D&D green text where it's like Throg the Angry Carpenter and shit like that.
What-
Mhm.
What's fuck Muscle Wizard? No, not Muscle Wizard. What is it?
Muscle Wizard's real good.
It's
but
the one.
yeah.
It's the one where the guy put all of his points into grappling.
That is the
Oh.
one about the orc
Edgardo?
wrestle. That's it.
Edgardo, yeah.
Yeah, and
Well,
he's
there's
That was
there's-
for a free form
like-
storytelling forum.
That there's Edgardo, and then there's one where he puts all his points into grappling, and it's an half orc wrestling D&D character who pins the wings of a dragon and rides
Yes.
it out of the sky.
Yep.
I think that's what we're talking about.
How
That's the
about
kind of shit that inspired me to make Boris Suplexy.
how about your
believe
boy
it.
Sir Barrington?
Sir Barrington's pretty great, and every
That's a
time I see
classic.
that one, I think of Kibbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially now that we had the Icewind Dale campaign where he actually was a fucking werebear.
It was amazing.
Native
You guys-
bear.
You guys
And we-
killed everything with a freaking pack of granola.
I was about to say, took out a whole camp of goblins and 2 polar bears with just a handful of granola.
No, we didn't take out the polar bears. We befriended the
no.
polar bears.
But we didn't have to deal with them. We got around them as an obstacle, is what I'm saying.
They took torches, like whale blubber torches, and rubbed granola on them to make basically granola grenades, and then threw them at the goblins, and they would stick to the goblins, and these starving polar bears would just be like, "Well, shit, that's all you had to say," and then just tear into these poor goblins.
Oh god, goblins always get the worst of it because a couple months ago, my dad invited me to play D&D with some of his work friends. So I was like, okay, we'll do that. I chose a barbarian because barbarians are always fun.
Yeah,
Mm.
nice and tanky.
So
Easy to fuck with.
first goblin encounter. I go, okay, I'll swing my axe at the goblin. Simple enough. I end up getting a natural 20 plus the bonus with barbarian strength or whatever it's called. And I ended up cleaving the goblin in half, according to the DM.
Put the guy through a deli slicer. Woof.
And then later, we had to battle some humans. Once again, it was not a natural 20 this time, but it was a pretty high number. So the DM said, you know, I still absolutely destroyed the NPC. So the DM was like, okay, you cut his head off.
It cut him off. Christ alive.
So, yeah,
Oh.
barbarians are fun.
I remember
tell you-
throwing an ogre with a catapult on its back and just launching rocks with goblins on them.
Christ.
It was because the goblins needed to steer the rock.
By flapping their arms around.
Now they're just holding on to it, steering it like a car.
Oh.
Oh, SpongeBob style.
And the fucking
Kind of lean into it a little bit, you know?
and no matter
And
what,
yours just
it
drain
always
those baby
splattered the
smiles.
goblin.
Oh man.
Nah, I still laugh thinking about goblins when I think about Funk's character that he played that was a goblin.
Oh, Raz Darktongue and his brother. Raz had a great family, and was also known as the meat grinder because he was a ninja, and which was like an archetype of a rogue, basically from Pathfinder
3.5.
3.5 Pathfinder.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, the write-up you were using was specifically the Pathfinder edition rules for it
Yeah,
in a 3.5 game. I actually
But,
just didn't know.
yeah, that was because I didn't know, because that was like one of the first characters I made, and I just didn't know, so it was a perfect storm of shit posting. But Raz had the ability to go invisible, and so basically I would just set up in the middle of the battlefield, go invisible, and if anybody walked by me, I could attack them with attacks of opportunity because of a feat I'd taken, and because I'm invisible, I get to add sneak attack damage to that. So I've got like a katana, which is like a D12, but then on top of that, I've got like 6d6 of sneak attack damage to throw on that too. And it's just like, let's have fun. And you would just watch these guys walk across like the fight
Yeah.
and just explode. You
We
know,
just corral him over towards
Yeah, he
his
also had
butt.
something to where whenever he did attack, he didn't become visible. So when we were mulching down either orcs or goblins, they thought it was a ghost.
Yep. And
Like, oh shit, it's
I
a
had the
ghost.
part of the ninja thing was basically I could quit on my next turn. All I had to do was just like say I go invisible again, So that was about it.
Swift
So we
actions.
kept that going. Quick actions. So
Which
Swift.
it was. I was gonna say it was easier to sell the ghost angle on Raz because we had a actual skeleton running around as part of the party, and we
mhm.
started out that whole encounter. I remember the one where you really got going with it, where we called you the meat grinder the first time.
Yup.
During that encounter, we had that bit where we started it out with, okay, how do we see over the wall into the camp? I got it. I can take my skull off, and you can put it on a stick and hoist it up over there. And nobody thought to ask the DM to check for positions that were not right next to a guard tower. So we lift my character's skull up on the 10-foot pole. He looks over the edge of the fucking tower, or over the edge of the fence, right into the face of a goblin.
In bed with the goblin.
Goblin goes, "What the hell?" And all I could think of to do was go, "I am the screaming skull of truth. Ignore me!" And then have him pull me back down.
There was also one of my favorite times ever was the time that your plate armor wearing skeleton was stealthier than my goblin fucking rogue,
Yeah.
who was like specialized in it because I could not climb a box.
You were failing miserably. Like, you rolled like 4 times trying to get up on them goddamn boxes and could not get up there for some reason.
I didn't roll double digits the whole time. It was just like, all right, I get on the box. A 9. Fuck. Okay, let's try it again. I get on this box. 3. Shit.
Guard is
Okay.
coming your way. All right.
Characters that are supposed to be stealthy tend to be the least stealthy ones. Like when we were doing same D&D campaign where I cleaved the goblin in half.
Mm.
We had a rogue who this was the point where we were still at the tavern, still at the beginning of our journey. So she thought, okay, we're still at the beginning of the journey. Nothing could possibly go wrong. I'm gonna steal some apples from the inn. So she rolled to steal 1 apple. She ended up accidentally stealing 18 apples.
Stop right there,
do.
criminal scum.
Yeah, right.
And she got attacked by the innkeeper and left the tavern at 1 health.
Jesus.
Hey,
God
at
damn.
least they didn't
Oh,
have to go to
and
the doctor afterwards.
So, you'd think that would be the end of it.
You would hope.
But, the next week, we're getting ready to go there, so... Okay, so actually, I should probably mention, the entire, for the next few weeks, after the 18 apples incident, it was like, okay, well, the apples are in your inventory now, so, okay, cool, extra rations.
Oh, so she kept the apples, the 18 apples, right?
Yes. So,
Oh, that's important.
So my dad's character kept on pilfering the apples, and the rogue kept on getting pissy about it because those are my apples. I stole them fair and square. So the next week after that incident, while we were getting ready to go there, I told my dad, if we leave early, we can go to Walmart or Aldi's or whatever. We should get some apples, so we can give her the apples and go, "There's your apples. We're even. Can we move on now?"
How do you
So
like
we-
them apples?
So exactly. So on the way to Walmart, on the way to the game, we went to Walmart, and we physically picked up 18 apples exactly. We bought 18 apples, and so we went into the house where the game was being played. Everybody's chatting it up. We just go in there, we set the apples down on the table, and just look at her, and it is dead silence for like 5 seconds, and then everybody loses their shit.
God bless. How do you like
Uh,
them apples?
That's the kind of like D&D crossing over into real life I
Apples.
can appreciate a little bit. Because, for example, for a while there, Mutagen's game, we were playing that, and the character I played in that was a notorious alcoholic. So guess what I did every time we had a game?
It's true. Sometimes we couldn't
Yeah.
understand him. It's just like, Mentho, what are you doing? Fuck you, that's what I'm doing.
Fuck yeah, I'm rolling my attack. I'm gonna get a 20. Watch. No, shut up, Funk. Watch me get a 20. Dude, you're not even rolling attack rolls. You're rolling fucking skill checks. I got a 20 there, didn't I? Yeah, so he's fucking dead. Shut up.
So you were rolling to eat an apple. I ate the fuck out of that apple, didn't I?
You damn right. Eat that apple
So-
whole.
Our D&D games are like always the most chaotic shit you could ever play in your life. Like,
Oh yeah, it gets
I-
dumb as hell.
I mean, what's the point of D&D if it's not a complete shit show?
oh,
Right.
this is a special level of shit show because there's a great story where we got to watch Santa dunk on a guy on 4chan because he tried to sugarcoat the story of us removing him from the game, and it was
Us removing
fucking
him from the
beautiful.
game and from our fucking group as a whole.
It's just this guy was so insufferable. We just could not bear to have him in our lives another fucking minute.
The
Four
main
member
thing
of the
is
Guru.
the main thing is we didn't like him. The secondary thing is he was intentionally harassing the shit out of one of our other players in the game and then bugging
Yep.
him
2
outside
of the
of the game.
players,
Yeah, two of the okay.
me and Mungo.
Okay, that's right.
The
I
Mungo
forgot he was
Man.
Yeah,
fucking
because
with
remember he
yeah.
was fucking with Mungo for the longest time, and he got pissed at me because I was trying to. I
No,
always
I
had to be
forgot.
next to him because he was gonna die all the time.
Yeah, I forgot he was mad at you and shit. That was the part I
Yeah.
spaced out on.
That's where the big 4chan fight came into play so hard because he was like dunking on Santa the whole time, but like I can't believe he's just this homebrew god that just sucked. And then people are like, "Wow, dude, you sound like a real piece of shit." And he's like, "No, but he uses his homebrew god to do things as he wants to, and I don't like it." And they were just like, "You probably need to quit." And then here comes Santa. He's like, "Hold on, let me tell y'all the real story.
Yeah, Santa just strolled in, just like, hold on, I got screen caps, bitch. Give me a
Let
minute.
me whip this out."
Well, the thing
Only
is,
one
they were
of the two.
actually kind of sympathizing with him. It's just he made himself look like a person, but every time he tried to explain himself, all the cracks through his lies came through.
Yeah.
Mm,
He's like, I can't believe because he was using a homebrew god. IG just said, here's a list of gods. It was like Dan Wiki. I didn't know it was like homebrew shit.
bro. Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
looking for something that had healing and war domain because that's what we made my character have when we rolled it up. And I didn't want to play anything evil, so it was the closest thing to not evil as I could find.
Yeah, you got Che
And
Guevara, the spirit of anarchism.
me
It was
Lord.
pretty great.
Did somebody
And
say
fucking,
MILF Lord?
Yes.
A god
God
named
named
Milf Lord.
I was just kind of spacing out, not paying attention, and all of a sudden, MILF Lord.
Yes, the
Yeah,
god
fucking,
Milf Lord.
Deep MILF lore.
But then he goes on to talk about, well, it was all bullshit. And they're like, okay, well, what the hell were you playing? And he says, oh, I was playing a homebrew race like the fake corgi, a sapient talking corgi, and I also made a god of my own called Sock Thulu, who is a sock puppet in a extra dimensional, like sock
But
hamper or
you
some
don't
shit.
understand though,
And
because
immediately he got no support.
Yeah,
I
from
made
4chan.
my homebrew patron because the cleric got to have a homebrew god that was overpowered.
well, I think
Y'all-
for
His
most
excuse
people
for
reading
doing
it, I think for most people reading it in that thread at the time, it wasn't so much that, oh, you're just being a hypocrite because you also used a homebrew god. That's not where he lost him. It was the Sock Thulu descriptor, and then they were like, "Oh, dude, that's fucking cringe, bro."
I'm not gonna lie. Every time he talked about Sock Thulu, my butthole puckered so hard, like you could make diamonds back there. Like I could sit on a piece of charcoal and shit
True.
out a ring.
Yeah, bite a chunk out of the scene every time.
The only reason why he made that character in the first place was because of how twisted he got of Santa having a fucking homebrew god. And he decided that he needed to make a character that highlighted just
And-
how stupid it was as an idea and how bad Santa looked by doing it by making his character insufferable.
I was
Is
gonna say,
that-
I'm
I thought the whole reason
Yes.
was because
Yes, that was actually.
Oh, because I remember he was playing that stupid cat monk.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
And
Furry
then they were like,
McGiff
okay,
my
since
ass.
you are always dying, I gave Santa a wand of cure light wounds. We've only been playing this game for 3 sessions and he's already halfway through the 50 fucking charges. Maybe you should make a character that's tanky and could actually get in the middle because he always wanted to get surrounded by enemies.
Mm,
That's like that first session we played where we had to save him like the entire time. It was pretty great because like he
The
just jumps in there and nobody told him that in 3.5 that monks were shit until about level 5. And then he just shows up. He's like, prepare to be spanked by James. Give me harder, daddy, kitty person. And we were just like, oh no.
Yeah, James Babylon of Crown Prince of Kittytown, or whatever the fuck he was. And he was annoying people by giving them travel brochures to his kingdom that nobody gave a fuck about.
he's
And
basically
then
a
after that,
religious
he got Sock Thulu,
proselytizer.
and he basically became a Jehovah's Witness for that fucking god, and would just always talk about Sock Thulu.
Wow.
Yeah, he was doing that specifically because he wanted to show you in some kind of example how bad you are by being worse than you.
He
I'm
was angry
still-
for 2 folds. One, because he expected me to be lawful good when my god is chaotic neutral. I don't need to be fucking good.
Mm,
And So he's like, "Well, I can't believe you're the fucking grave robber stealing all those gems, all this blah 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 blah." Blah. And then another was because I was his retard wrangler. He hated that every time he tried to do shit, I was there because he would always get in trouble and he would always
Yeah.
fucking almost die. And I was the only healer in the party of fucking 9, 10 if you count fucking Mungo's mount.
Yep.
And
Yep.
he was burning through my spell slots like a fucking meth head. So
You remember when he almost got me killed with the paper floor trap?
Yeah.
yes,
That was funny because basically, Aichi had designed this room. No, it was part of the Tomb of Horrors, wasn't it?
Yeah.
it was a
Yeah,
parody
yeah.
to my horrors.
Okay, so we were in there, and this room had paper thin floors. Like the floors were made like tatami mats, basically. And we got in there, and Raz only weighed like 30 pounds, even with all his gear. So it was like, well, we'll send Raz in there to walk across these paper floor. And I just got me doing checks and stuff as we go across because, like I said, it's paper thin over. I'm sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was gonna say later on it was revealed after we got out of that room that he had set the level at 35 pounds before it broke through.
That's it. And Raz was like exactly 33. So it was like,
Yeah.
oh boy. So
And in comes Seth.
in comes Seth
Hop,
Cuddleopoulos,
hop,
Sock
hop,
Tulu
hop,
OG.
hop, hop, hop. Every time he took a fucking square of movement,
Exactly.
he had to say hop to illustrate how much of a
hops.
fucking ass he was.
Made himself sure to tell us like I'm gonna hop over there and I'm gonna help Raz. And I was like, I don't need any help. I got shit going on. Stay over there. No, I'm gonna hop over there and
Not
I'm
only
gonna help.
What?
not only did you say it, but all the other players and the DM also went, dude, that's a really bad idea. You should probably let the rogue take care of it.
Yeah, it's like worst case scenario. If the floor broke away, I was gonna be able to get away from it anyway. I had like the quick feet and all that stuff. And here he is, his little corgi paws over here, and he hops on one panel, the same panel I'm on, which set it off over the 35 pounds. So the panel falls away. Raz gets the hell out of Dodge because he's good like that. And then I think Seth rolled like a 6 and just plunges into the acid that is in the floor below us. And
Raz,
when he hits,
why?
that's it, he hits the water. He's like, Raz, why didn't you help me? And I was like, because I wanted to live. Raz is not here to be no hero. He's here because somebody said there's treasure in this room.
How long did you
Then
get?
I had to throw the rope because I was the only one that had rope.
He got
And
eat
CF
up pretty bad by
came,
that stuff.
And he's like, "Fuck you, Santa! I
I
can't
tell you
believe
what,
you
I
didn't
took a
help me
lesson from
sooner."
that. I took a lesson from that one later, Santa, because I ended up doing that in the Great Return, where I was the only one in the room with rope, and I just woke up feeling particularly super paranoid about our DM that day. Turns out I was right.
Now, if I could interject for a moment, why did you guys play with him for so long? Or how long did you play with
Wasn't
him
all that
anyway?
long.
It wasn't
He-
that long. It was a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
okay.
He was
It was 2 months or something.
he was kind of like sort of part of the old Buru, so basically that was it. And
Oh, right.
I think Aichi either felt bad for him or was trying to be friends with him. I'm not sure exactly, but basically he
Well-
played. I don't know the relationship exactly. I know he was there. Nobody liked him from the beginning. If the first session was actually kind of funny because we're like, oh man, he's in so much trouble. We're gonna go over here and play yakety sax and save him. But then after that, it was just holy shit, we have to do this every week, or we got to go save this dude.
So let's start by making a statement here. The first game that he was in was separate from this game that was just being discussed here, right?
Yeah,
And in that first game, he was doing the same thing that he was just doing in regular fucking Skype calls, and that was harassing Mungo Man. Mungo Man had a character in both of these campaigns, the first campaign and the second campaign. And eventually, when he got told to fucking knock it off or else, well, it just so happened to be that during the second campaign, he had Santa to turn into his new fuck toy. Except
Whoops.
Santa wasn't having it.
except Mungo will try to be nice. Santa said, "No, fuck this."
Oh, Santa was tolerable. Santa tolerated his ass quite a bit. I held my tongue quite a while. It's when I heard he was doing this like two-faced bullshitty shit behind my back. That's when I was like, oh hell no.
Also, if you look over in the FluffCast chat here, I've got a picture of our boy Seth Cuddleopoulos.
Was that what
And when
Seth
he came-
looks?
Oh, he
That
come
would-
back in final
Oh.
boss form later on.
Santa, why did you draw him?
because we killed him later as a boss. It was great.
And it was the best death ever.
It was pretty awesome.
That is
The-
pretty.
Maximum rolls on everything.
If you've
the-
seen the final boss battle from Metal Gear Rising, it was basically that, but with
That's
a corgi head on Senator Armstrong.
that.
it was that, and like Menthol took his skull and made a cod piece out of it for Ains, and it was great.
I'll tell the story of that.
Oh yeah.
Menthol, Seth was about to get killed, and Aichi's like, "Oh yeah, well I'm not gonna let you do this." He was basically gonna fall back into the pit to like escape, and Menthol's like, "Nah, bitch, I'm gonna take that head and make you into a cod piece." He fucking misses it, and then here comes my character. I'm like, okay, we had like a recurring joke that I would just like shank his character in the dick like a sounding rod and heal him that way, just because I was so sick of healing his ass.
And it started
I
with his
forget
first
who
character.
actually, I forget who exactly suggested I do that, and one time I did it, and then he got super anal. pissed
That
about
was with the last time you had James Kittyman Babylon.
I know I did it at least a few times on him, and he got butt hurt every time. So I said, okay, I'm gonna shove this rapier up through his fucking. I'm gonna do one more sounding rod with my fucking rapier, and basically I roll a crit and max damage on every single one of my
your attack
enchantments.
was a 20, your damage was a 20, your fucking elemental damage was maxed, and your secondary elemental damage was maxed.
So essentially, we describe it as I sounding rod him through his dick, uppercut through his body, and then I basically rip his skull off of his fucking corpse through that uppercut. And then the rest of his corpse falls to the ground.
Jesus,
And so on
Santa.
that, so on that picture with fucking Menthol's character Ains, there's a reason there's a hole in the middle of the forehead. That's because Graham ended up shanking him through his entire fucking body.
Because in a sense, we started making my character Ains like kind of a walking trophy case of parts that we had took off of certain enemies.
Oh, that's great.
It wa-
Oh, that's
It
grand.
was beautiful.
Because we
That's-
had a Mind Flayer skull, and yes, don't
Yes.
ask. We know. We didn't know at the time, but we know now.
They do have skulls, Menthol. It's in the fucking book. That's
Either
where I
way-
got the reference to drop.
How do they have skulls?
That shield is what
Because
made
they-
him
they
stealthier
changed the
than
human.
Rogue.
Because they
because-
changed from human Menthol. They basically alter it. It doesn't turn to squish. They don't
But-
start off as squid peep.
No, I know that. I know that they changed with the parasite and everything like that. I'm saying, how does it reshape the skull instead of just, I don't know, melting it, making it like a squishy octopus head, like it looks like?
Yeah, they basically transform the skull to basically the tentacles bore out from the brain and create like two little like hole. That's where I got the fucking reference, because there's actually a picture of a Mind Flayer skull from the D&D supplement.
All right. Yeah, we had the Mind Flayer skull pauldrons, and then we had the Seth Cuddleopoulos cod piece.
We never did get the homebrew working to where basically Ains would crotch thrust and he'd do an Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gonna be great.
We also had it planned where we was gonna have another guy that was in the party named Grumple Foreskins. He was our fucking gnome bard, and we were gonna rig it up where he could climb inside of Ains's chest and ride around, and then just cast spells by reaching up through his mouth, so Ains could be in the middle of a fight and just start vomiting giant, medium-sized spiders.
That's kind of like what we did with Titus vomiting the spiders, and it was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, right. Catch somebody in an interrogation with some shit like that. They'll tell you everything you want to know.
Do I still
Just
have
don't
that
bring the
picture around?
Spider-Man back, please.
Please, no more spiders, please. I have that picture somewhere, and I'm going to find it. What did I do with it?
Yeah, we always come up with really wild ass like Looney Tunes shenanigan shit to put in our D&D games. That's probably why we
Speaking of-
like Weird Box a lot.
Yeah, speaking of Looney Tunes shit, remember how we basically avoided an entire fight with a bandit encampment by just talking to them about taxes?
Just like, guys, really? Y'all ain't even paying taxes out here, huh? Well, y'all know the county sent us out here to collect from y'all, right? No, we're just taking fucking whoever comes down this road. We're knocking the shit out of them and robbing all their shit. We're barbarians. That's what we do. No, dude. People in this area, if you're gonna set up a business like this, you gotta pay taxes, bro. What the fuck are taxes? Well, I'm glad you asked. Like a 45-minute explanation of basic economics later, we end up telling these fucking barbarians, look, man, just go to town, get educated, get your life together. Just get your shit in a group, man. All right? Get it together.
And
And they're
so,
like, you know what? I feel bad. I'm going to go to town and get me an education, pay some fucking taxes. We just took all their shit after they left.
No, we returned it to the town. They let us pick a few things from us.
Yeah, but they gave it all up. They were just like, oh, y'all can just have whatever's left here. Y'all can have the whole base. And then they just went
Yeah,
to town.
so yeah, we managed to make an entire like bandit encampment become productive members of society.
and as a result, we named our in-game group the Taxmen, and kind of made it a gimmick.
The goofiest part of that is it all started out over like just my character leaning over to Grumple Foreskins and going, hey man, I bet if you work it right, you can probably scan these idiots out of like 200 gold. See if we can get a little bit extra, scratch up. And it just went way overboard.
Well, I suddenly don't feel so bad about my recent drawings. I just found like the whole folder has all my old shit on it.
Man, when you see
that's
your
what
old,
I'm telling you, man. Go back and look at your old shit.
when you look at your old shit, it changes everything.
I didn't know I still had this folder. I just found it. I'm like, holy fuck, where did all this come from?
Here, wait. I'll embarrass myself. I'll post an old photo, an old picture I did way back when.
There he is. There's Titus Cast Swarm.
I'm gonna embarrass the crap out of myself.
Oh God, Kibbles.
Is Kibbles working on his full?
Look over an old man.
Oh, I saw it. It's great. So Kibbles is actually working on Mutagen Munchkin right now. And
Nice.
I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it's really good. It's really fucking funny.
There we go.
Here, let me embarrass myself. So you guys have seen me drawing. You've seen me do a couple of art things, and I'm not the best, but I'm capable, I would imagine. Fix how I fucking hold my hand, let me tell you. This is what I did when I first started drawing on my tablet. Ugh. Woof.
I don't see anything.
Oh,
Let me-
right here.
It's on a delay.
All right, let me throw it in
okay,
this
okay.
server here quickly.
I probably shouldn't post any of my art.
How bad is it, Kibbles?
Not safe for life.
Not safe for life.
Oh
Hey,
God.
Hey, you did have the distinction of being the first person to make Speedrunners Rule 34, though, I think.
This, you know what? This is true.
This is true.
We
We
take
looked
those.
into it. We checked that for like 4 fucking days before you made that upload.
Can
I
you
mean,
can you post the picture of the Speedrunners R34?
Let me see if I have it.
I don't
I'll
think I
sense-
have it.
I'll censor it for the stream.
Let me see if I've got it still around here.
God bless. Oh,
I've got a couple things I drew that are like relatively safe for work.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, right. Yeah, I remember this. How do I? Let's see. Let's censor this for the stream quickly.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, prepare to be amazed by something very, very fucking mediocre in retrospect.
Oh my God.
Very mediocre. Oh, right. You can see in the channel too now. Yeah.
Mediocre.
Mediocre.
See what I've
I
got
mean,
here.
the shading is good.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
but-
one of Kibble's old ones. That's from like back in the brew
That's
days.
fucking old.
Kind of looks like a can of soup with it. You can't really get the idea that she's. Let me look at it again. I mean, other than the
Dick
lines,
soup
it's
can?
okay. I don't want to be rude to you, Kibbles, but it's okay. It's good. It's serviceable.
It's not the greatest.
I mean,
It's not the greatest, but somebody jacked off to it.
to
Oh,
be
absolutely.
fair, have you seen the art assets in Speedrunners? They're not exactly fucking detailed.
That is
No.
properly censored. I like Speedrunners. It's a good game.
It is, but all the sprites are the size of a goddamn thumbnail.
Oh yeah.
So, again, there's not a whole lot to work with there.
You know what? I'll throw it a -3 betting. Let's see which one am I gonna throw because there's a lot of bad ones.
I just think it's still funny as hell that Kibbles has that unique distinction under his belt. He just can't tell nobody about it,
All right. I wanted to start talking about a bit about writing, the writing process. We talk so much about art. But Funk, you do the Warhammer fanfics, right? And you're
I
doing one
do.
last good one.
I do. I've got one actually. I got to have done by the 31st, and
You know
get it
what?
ready to go.
I drew this not a couple few years ago now, but it was as a joke. Let me throw this in here.
All right. Now you said you got something coming by the 31st, and
Yeah, I got to have one done by the 31st. See what it is. The community that does this, they do two different types of stories. They do fast fiction, which is 1,000 words or less, or they do the short fiction, which is 2 to 8,000 words. Fast fiction gets a lot of entries because it's pretty quick to write a story. It's only 1,000 words. So they do that. You get a month to write it, turn it in, go from there. The short fiction series is more, you have 2 to 3 months, if I remember correctly. And it's not so much a competition as they will help you get it ready for publishing. And then they publish it through their website and go from there. There's actually a lot of top tier stuff. We actually have actual Black Library authors entering, and we have them judging sometimes, just depending on what's going on. Let's see who. Let me pull up the graphic here. I have a graphic here of this. That's in my docs. There it is.
Oh, how
This,
graphic.
over here,
It's very graphic.
bad luck. Your file explorer is open on the stream.
Ah, fuck.
That's a lot of hentai.
Wow.
That's a
I,
lot of porn.
I'm
Jesus.
trying to
I've
resize
never-
this damn thing, and I can't.
I didn't even know that shit was legal over here.
Shit. I
Get
didn't know
it?
it had made it to this shore.
It's bigger
I
in
gotta-
Texas.
Well, Discord is a fucking liar because it said it was just sharing the window.
Oh, you know what it is? It's because you're opening the file explorer in. Yeah, you gotta click and drag it. Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. I
It's
don't
like
know how to do that in Krita.
Just open up a separate. Just open up like a separate instance of what's it called?
Okay,
File
here we
explorer
go.
and click and drag it in.
Oh, I might be stupid.
I'll throw this here. Actually, I'll throw some FluffCast in case anyone wants to see it. But this is this month's prompt. This is Through Alien Eyes, 1,000 words, one theme, one winner, due August 31st. Basically, the whole story. This whole story is about writing a story from the point of view of one of the Xeno species. So, really, I've chosen to do orcs this time because I play orcs. I like orcs. They're going to be
I mean,
good.
they're just the fucking winners of 40K. Why would you
That's
not
it.
do orgs?
And
They
the-
are the only good guys in 40K because they just want to party and they can't understand why everybody else does not want to party.
That's it. Like, don't get me wrong. I love me some spooky boys. The fucking Necrons are the shit. They're great. Trace in the Infinite's the best character in 40K, but the orcs are just better as a whole. I can't deny that.
It's like I'm so mad because of Games Workshop and their weird practices with IP and all stuff. I was like, I'm not gonna buy anything from them for a while. And then what do they fucking do but release the new Kill Team set with SAS orcs and plastic Kriegers? And I'm like, I don't need to buy that. But
Yeah, no, I think entering a contest like that would be a good way to kind of flex your writing stuff a little bit. It's a good way to just get practice.
I wanted to.
I've entered.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I actually wanted to ask you about your process, like what kind of stuff you use to get inspiration.
For the most part, the fast fiction all comes up with a prompt. So basically, you get your prompt for this here. Like I said, this one's Through Alien Eyes. I've actually placed. I've never full on won the competition, but I've made the editor's list twice.
Hell
I
yeah.
made the editor's list with the first one, which was I can't remember exactly how they worded it. Let me pull this up real quick.
Yeah,
they're
make a wish
all-
inspiration. That wasn't a question.
I'm trying to get to it to explain. But basically, every story I've got to, I just have to look at whatever the prompt is, and then I try to snowball from there. Well, this one here, I was like, all right, Through Alien Eyes. I know I'm going to do the orcs. I know I got to think of something that is going to be weird for the orcs to see. And basically, my story is about orc commandos spying on an imperial church. They see people making offerings to the emperor. The leader of the commando says, "Hey, I bet if I ask the emperor for something, he might help me too." So he takes some of his own teeth and puts them in the offering plate, and he asks the emperor to give them a good fight. Well, basically, what ends up happening is the guys of the church see the orc teeth in the offering plate, freak out, start to call in like the Imperial Guard, all this stuff, and so the orc gets to see that the emperor answered his prayer, and the emperor's a pretty good lad.
I like the way you navigated that because like that's internally consistent with the lore and shit. Because even though
Yeah.
the orcs do worship Mork and Gork, or Mork and Ork, or whatever the fuck their names are,
Mork and Gork, yeah.
yeah, even though they have that worship going on, doesn't necessarily mean they wouldn't see the benefit of the Emperor's shit and be like, hey, you know what? I bet I can get something out of that real quick.
This Emperor can seem like an alright guy, eh?
He's
Well,
alright, good lad. I'm gonna get him to give me a good fight.
The actual name of the story is the Emperor's a right good lad, and so or it's the Emperor's a good lad. So I've been going with that for it. But yeah, I had that thought with it, and a lot of times I'll just get my process from going down the road in my truck for work or something. And I'll start to ball around with something, and I'll have to generally think. I know a lot of 40K lore because I've been into Warhammer for so long, so it's easier to do that. Any other creative writing process generally comes about with me just kind of riding down the road in my car listening to music because I'm one of those weirdos who visualizes shit going on in my head while I'm listening
Yep.
to music.
Yep.
And so that helps me a lot. And if I really can't write without music, like I can't do that.
I
I'll always have something going.
I find it the opposite actually, because I find I can't write with music. The lyrics, I pay so much attention to the lyrics that I can't like get an
So-
inner monologue going, you know?
Just get
Yeah.
instrumentals.
I do think
Instrumentals, bro. That's it.
I've got a couple playlists and they're all kind of like mood playlists. So I just generally go with that. See
Mood.
where that gets me.
Do you
But
just
I will-
do you just Stephen King it, like write it out, or how much planning goes into your narrative process? And this is
He's-
really open for the floor.
He Stephen King's it. He does so much fucking cocaine. He doesn't remember what he writes. Next thing you know, he's got 7 books out.
Then I'm gonna call like, Funk, this book is blazing off the shelves. I'm like, that's great. Which one was it? You know, the last one you wrote. That's great. Which one was it?
Can you give me like
You give me a
the
romance
elevator
book.
pitch?
A
Give me
2-sentence
the elevator
synopsis.
pitch of what I
Speak-
wrote.
Speaking of throwing our hats in on this kind of shit, like you guys that all do the art stuff in here and know me well enough know that usually I keep my mouth shut because I can't draw worth the fuck, but I do know color theory. That's the only thing that I'll like kind of chip in on shit with most of the time, or like line
Oh,
art,
yeah.
little nips here and there, just like fix this line here and there, that kind of shit. But
Because usually,
writing was what I did on the Boru back in the day mostly. And the only thing I really ever remember getting complimented on was, wow, your dialogue is really good. Like I can hear the characters in my head fucking saying these lines.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I had done it with Jay and Silent Bob from the Clerks movies and shit. And I had done some of those stories with, you know, those characters and apparently did really good with that. So I will say for just kind of coming up with dialogue, best thing I can advise for a creative process, say it out loud. Have a conversation with yourself. Fuck if anyone hears you and thinks you're crazy. Who gives a damn? It's easy to explain.
Oh yeah.
dude, I've been talking to myself in the orc voice for a while with this here because
Yeah.
I was just sitting there like, oh, what we gonna do? What the play?
Because
And
sometimes it'll sound good in your head and it looks good on paper, and then
Uh-huh.
you say it out loud and it's kind of clumsy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's why I tend to do that a lot whenever I'm writing shit down. Is just go ahead and read the lines like you were on stage or something, man.
Oh yeah. I'm
That's
like
it.
I'm all artsy fartsy, so my narrator prose is very much different from my dialogue prose. So I have to go back and I'll have to reread like aloud what the dialogue is, and I'd be like, "This sounds like a fucking robot talking. This sounds like a goddamn alien."
Artisan fartisan.
Yep.
You see, because of the way my accent sounds, I have a harder time writing how I talk because I tend to talk a little more simple because I'm used to having to dumb down whatever the hell I'm saying, I guess. And
Yeah.
it gets to the point where it's like I'm not comfortable using any kind of flowery language when I'm speaking. But when I write, I look and I'm like, oh fuck, I kind of flowered this up. And I'm gonna have to read this aloud. I'm gonna sound like a damn fool.
Also,
And have that.
good.
So no,
That's
that's it.
also a tip for writing dialogue: don't be afraid to use idioms. Just beat the hell out of idioms. The English language is
Absolutely.
so reliant on them.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And don't like I said, I'm writing orcs. Don't stray away from looking into or trying to write like what your character would write like.
No.
Because with it being orcs, I can't just be there like, well, and that's when he walked down the road and he saw that there was an Imperial tank coming. I have to be something like he's like, oh, the Git went for a walk and he saw a fucking shooter, or just something ridiculous like that. So
He spies him a fucking shooter, and
He
he's like,
spies.
"Yeah, I'm
I
a
looked around the
gubbins."
corner. I saw a Git. I killed a Git. I went about my way.
I got his
It was
gubbins.
great.
I run
Good
away.
morning.
It's just shit like that because like the whole first paragraph of this here reads like somebody at the pub trying to tell a story.
That's a good way to find that out.
That's the best way I can think to describe it because I was like, I gotta write proper, but I also gotta keep orc energy. So
Mhm.
keeping orc energy is kind of hard.
Big orc energy.
You gotta write proper.
Because okay, I'll read the first paragraph.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Now hear me out when I say this. I love Gork and Mortis as much as any other kid out there, but I gotta say that the Emperor is a right and proper lad, that one. Now, before you go and get your chopper ready, hear me out. Found this one and how the Emperor, right and proper lad that he is, answered me just like one of his beaky boys. And so that's the opening paragraph from my short story.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Because I've only have half of it written. I got to finish up the rest of it here. But anytime I do these stories and I finish early, I end up not placing. So I'm just always like, well, I'll just come in under the deadline, see what happens.
Work better under pressure.
Mhm.
That's it.
Under pressure.
Do you do any studying for the narrative process? Like, do you like listen to any videos or like actually do reading about writing?
Not really. I just read what I like.
Oh.
I've tried like I've watched
No.
video essays about stuff like and I'll listen like to how somebody does like one thing. I have a dear friend of mine. I love him to death. But the thing is, he misses the point of Stephen King books. Stephen King books, the monster is never the real monster.
Nope.
It's the people.
It's the people. And he misses that every time. And like I
Right.
said, I love him to death, but he misses that. So I try like I'll watch a couple of videos. Like I like horror stuff. So there's a really good YouTube channel called In Praise of Shadows that I recommend to everybody because he does video essays on there. And he does a really good one about Stephen King vampires, which are kind of unique compared to other vampires.
In the summer of
I really
19
enjoy his stuff, but
I'd also recommend Tale Foundry.
yeah, I've
They're,
heard of him.
really
I've
good.
not watched him, but I've heard of them.
Oh, and
No.
I was gonna say, Funk. We actually do watch some video essays because I'm pretty sure you watch Super Eye Patch Wolf, don't you?
It's true. I kind of forgot about video essays there for a minute. I've never watched anything that's like specific. This is how you should be writing, but like
yeah,
I'll
but
watch
it's stuff that addresses it a lot.
yeah, like those are really good to watch. And let's see, Super Eye Patch Wolf, In Praise of Shadows,
Nerdstalgic occasionally.
Now,
yeah,
totally not Mark. He's a bit of a goober, bit of a simpleton, but he does his reading, he does his research, and he often references books on the narrative process,
Oh, yeah.
like the steps you have to take to make your make convincing arcs that are believable and likable and flow naturally to make sure you have proper setups and payoffs, character threads and such. And I've been listening to a lot of those while driving around, and I'm just like, man, this is how I gotta punch this up.
Oh yeah, him going through One Piece recently through the manga and shit and getting caught up on it. Oh man, that's a fucking trip to sit there and watch him like kind of break down what works and what doesn't and why
Mm-hmm.
in all those arcs. And like One Piece got a lot of fucking content, so for him to chew through it that fast, like it's a bit broad strokes in some regards, but the parts that do go into detail are pretty well covered. I would say.
I think he wants to cover the foundation points. I noticed that with his
Yeah,
Dragon Ball
yeah.
videos. He covers a lot of the big founding points, like the big set pieces, because
Yeah.
that way he can
Although-
just go into more detail on those. You know.
Although I will say, I watch enough videos about it that I'm getting fucking sick of people explaining the hero's journey. Dude, we get it. We all know what the hero's journey is. If you don't know, just fucking mention it and let them look it up.
We figured it out. We're good. We unlocked that a while back.
Yeah, when they
Yeah.
fucking made Star Wars, God.
Let's see who else here have I
Not
got.
just that, but like a popularization of Dan Harmon's story circle.
There's also Max Derrett, M-A-X,
Oh, yeah.
D-E-R-R-E-T. He's pretty good.
He did one
He
recently
did-
on Soul Reaver that I was really happy to
Yes.
see.
He did that. He does a lot on Silent Hill too. He also does a lot with dealing with like autism and medium or mental disease and media. And they're all really good. Let's see. What else is over here? Kind of flipping through this over here. There we go. Spikema Movies is actually pretty good. They do more do more kind of mechanics of movies. Like
Yeah.
how some of them work where it's more like It's just how they're more about movies specifically, where it's more like this is how this certain movie did X, and so on and so forth. Who was that other one that I always watch?
There's another one that I used to watch a lot too. Let me see if I can pull that fucking channel up real quick. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Now the reason
There's
I
lots- Go ahead. I'm sorry.
the reason I hit up on writing so much is because I saw this thing today. One of the bigger fluffy pony artists today. I bring this back to fluffies. One of the bigger fluffy pony artists today, Bad Roomy. I love him to death. He's got a great style. Very kickable fluffies. He posted this picture of just like some just a picture of just some fluffies. He was like, "Oh, what would you do?" And I'm reading the responses, and I'm like, there is just a creative wasteland right now happening. These people just don't know like how to get inspired for anything new, and it really just kind of struck me.
That
It
is
makes
the problem that we had in the old fandom as well.
It's
is
inspiration's a
anytime
fickle
you
thing,
wanted
which
to
is
do
something I've had to
something
teach
new,
myself over the
they wouldn't
years.
fucking do it.
And rather than fuck with inspiration, I have to deal more with discipline for it.
Mm.
Which that's why I have like a pretty consistent streaming schedule. Because if I break off for it too long, then I'll just get lazy and not draw anymore. And but setting it up where I'm like, all right, Funk, you got to stream 3 days a week at least, and then go from there. It gets me to sit down and work. And if I just sat down and waited for inspiration to strike every time, I wouldn't ever get any damn thing done.
This is true. Relying on inspiration is the most fickle, hateful ass shit you can do to yourself as an artist.
I just do not recommend it at all.
Yeah, just put something on the page, even if it's
Like,
fucking
oh.
trash.
Because it's like there's a couple times I'll sit down and draw, and like I'll at least try. Like there might be a night where I don't draw anything because I just can't get anything to go right. But I'm gonna at least
Yeah.
try, and you might just watch my struggle stream for a little bit. But
I mean,
I'm
how
gonna at
many
least give it a
times have you
shot.
just said, shit, I have the stupid hands tonight, boys? And I just went, well, fuck it, doodle something, dude.
That's it. And usually we'll just doodle up something crazy or something accidental will happen, and I'll make something that actually looks good. And I'm like, wait a minute, how did that happen?
You weren't supposed to be working.
Also,
You weren't
Andy, can you
supposed to
repost that channel or that YouTube link over there in FluffCast?
Oh yeah, sure.
I'd highly recommend them for writing analysis. That guy just
Yeah.
kind of does these long form ruminations on shit,
Yep.
but he's pretty good. He nails his stuff. He knows his shit for sure.
Recently, I was actually asked to look over somebody's writing they were doing, and I got a pretty big issue right now with Fluffy Pony writing. I'm gonna talk about in a moment, but this guy's writing, it just unfortunately was just not up to par, and I probably could have been nicer about it, but at the same time, you gotta lay it in thick. You gotta let someone know this is not
sometimes
working.
You got to.
This is
Well,
not
if you don't-
working.
You know, I had to do
If
it.
you
to
don't
him.
tell them what's fucked up about it, they can't improve.
Yes,
Simple
that's the
as.
point.
Mhm.
And it sucks so much to hear because like if you're on the receiving end of that, you're thinking about the hours and thoughts and how great it was in your head, and then someone comes along who knows what they're who knows what they're doing and is.
Mm.
I felt bad about it. I do feel bad that the boy felt bad, but it's how it's got to be.
I mean, that's just like if you got a really good friend and you find out, you just hanging out with them one day and they stink like hell.
You never
It's,
tell 'em?
God damn, dude, you ain't took a shower in like 2 days. I can tell. You lean over and you tell them like, dude, you kind of janky today. I noticed.
Got to.
It's a
It's out of love.
got
It's the
to.
same exact mentality. So they got this thing now in Fluffies where people just like to kind of this ties back into your narrative structures. So you've got your arcs, right? You know, your beginning, middle, end. You got the hero's journey. You got certain threads to start and end. You know, and you got to keep to that. Otherwise, you're gonna have yourself a janky story. There's this phenomenon I've been noticing that I like to call the presentation prologue in Fluffy stories, where nothing fucking happens. You got a character walk into a room, open a box, you learn their name, but you don't know their motivations. You don't know what their ultimate goal is about this. It's very, just kind of like, hey, we're here. It's like the opening call. I know what, I gotta wait fucking a week, 2 weeks for the next thing to find out what's going on. I'm not
It's
You know what I blame
exposition for exposition's sake.
You know what I blame that
right,
on?
yeah. What?
I blame that entirely on movies that do here's a shot of something happening, cut to 3 weeks earlier, intro sequence.
Oh, that sucks.
Fuck
Uh,
those movies. Fuck
Yeah.
that fucking trash story structure. I'm
Example?
sorry if you write that way.
Exa-
It's fucking bad.
Gotta-
Example, the new Suicide Squad does that.
Oh.
And it kind of works for what they're doing, but I still didn't like it because I just don't like that fucking mechanic at all.
Where you start out with the real intense action fight scene, just right in the middle of it. Everybody gets behind cover, and then they go, "Man, this is fucked." How did we get here? And then cut to 3 weeks earlier. That shit.
That's it. I don't know. I could discuss that scene, but I don't want to spoil it for everybody.
Yeah, no, we'll just talk about the general like trope and shit.
What the general trope? Yeah, like because it's like if you want me to give a shit about your character, don't just be like, here he is being badass and doing all this. How did he get here? And then you go back to like you said, the 3 weeks earlier thing.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Don't do that. Just show me him at the beginning getting in this part, or if you're going to just throw us in the middle of it, show him doing shit while the big battle scene's going on. Then he can explain shit as he goes along. I don't care, but just don't do the backtracking thing.
The thing is, what that is, that's writing from a purely visual standpoint.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you really don't need to do that ever. If your shit doesn't make sense on paper, seeing it on screen is not going to help that much.
No. It just boils down to the basic, show versus tell thing.
Mhm.
Yep.
You're just telling them. It's like I bring up Suicide Squad again. I was watching a breakdown about the two movies the other day against the first one versus the second one. The first one does a whole lot of telling us how badass our characters are, but you don't ever get to see them do a damn thing.
Oh man, he's got a record of like 250 kills in a week. Oh, such a
It's-
badass.
Oh my god! Like he punched Batman so hard that he woke up in fucking Mexico. It was amazing. And it's like, okay, well, can we see him punch Batman? No, you can't.
Never.
No, you can't. Never.
Costs too much.
You know.
And
Yeah.
I was like, after like the first 15 minutes where they do that fucking trope about going backwards, the new Suicide Squad movie does a fantastic job of showing how badass these characters are and like why they're considered the way they are, and they do it pretty quick too. There's no like, well, we're gonna wait for the finale to show how badass they are. No, you get a great scene pretty early on of John Cena's character Peacemaker and Idris Elba as Bloodsport just demolishing like a camp, and it's
Mhm.
pretty great.
I also
And-
feel it's. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I also feel it's something that a lot of like writers underestimate is the ability to have your like viewing audience or just whatever you want to call it. They can suspend their disbelief pretty goddamn hard getting into the story.
Mm,
And a lot of people don't value that as much as they should. They think, oh, I've got to get their attention in the first sentence or two. No, man, fuck that. Let that build up for a little bit. Let it go for like a fucking paragraph of, you setting the scene and explaining shit if need be. They will follow. If they're in there at all, they will follow.
If they give a
Mhm.
shit, they will follow.
Do you want to know what some of
And
the
you
most
just,
Yep.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you.
some of the most compelling threads? Now, this was not a good thread that was followed up on. Do you remember in JoJo's Part 2 where Cars is falling down the chasm and then he
Yep.
goes out of his way to knock himself away from landing on the flower?
Yep.
Yes.
Now, that doesn't exactly go anywhere. But
It
oh
goes
my
to the puppy
god.
scene,
Oh, right.
It
It
goes-
does go to
yeah.
the puppy scene. Right.
and that's as far as it ever goes.
Right. That's what I'm getting. Like, it doesn't. Now, that thread doesn't conclude. But oh my god, what a way to
Yeah.
describe your character. That's how you do it. You set
It's
up
just-
the Pillar Men as ridiculously powerful and ruthless, and their leader doesn't want to smash a flower.
Yeah, he does cherish life in some regard. He doesn't like fucking humans. That's it.
Exactly. That's how you showcase your boy.
Yeah, you show, don't tell. That's a really good example of that.
Maybe the problem is that you have in writing you must show by telling. You have to write about it. You can't have
Yeah.
actions move, but
But that's what we mean by show, don't tell, is have them doing active, agency-driven things in the present tense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As much as you can, you need to give them agency at all times.
I mean, I'm guilty of it. Shit. I got to rewrite my first chapter of my story I'm writing right now. I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's pretty cringe. It's pretty bad.
Mm.
I'm hitting a lot of
Yep.
fallacies here. Or not fallacies.
Ooh, you just posted cringe, bro.
Yep.
Cringe, my dude.
Not necessarily fallacies, but just like hiccups where it just kind of goes nowhere for a second.
Yes.
I wish I was better at like teaching parts of it because all I can do is do the stuff, and then it's like, all right, Fun, can you teach me how to do that?
I
No.
can give you an example. Here you go.
I will show you my process, and you can work with that, but that's all I got.
Bad luck. What is this monstrosity on screen right now with the long legs?
It's a
Oh,
long-legged,
God, I
pissed
don't
off
even
Puerto Rican
know.
fluffy.
I mean,
Uh.
I did the meme things, and then I ran out of ideas, so now I'm just doing whatever.
I want to see a ninja fluffy using a non-traditional weapon.
Like a
Yeah.
hot
Okay,
dog.
I
Yeah,
can
like
do
a
that.
like a hot dog. Like have him holding a hot dog, but it's like he's really
waffle
proud
iron.
of it. A waffle,
Waffle
iron.
iron nunchucks.
Not even that. Just like something dumb like a spork or a potato peeler or something.
Okay,
The
I
sport.
got you. You can make that happen.
Oh man. I remember I kept trying to read Under the Dome. I'm thinking about Stephen King. I kept trying to read Under a Dome, but that's like just 1,000 pages of just stuff
Yeah.
happening,
No,
man. And that's a
If you
hard
want to
one.
read Stephen King and you want to read good Stephen King, read Joe Hill, his son. He has all the like really cool parts of Stephen King, like the excellent world building, the cool characters. None of the cocaine fueled 37 pages of descriptors.
Oh god, something just hit me a second ago like a fucking bucket of cold water.
What?
What's that?
Weeaboo fluffies are an eventuality.
Oh God.
Oh, what with the fluffies who like just fucking obsess over anime characters?
Yeah, like they would have idol culture aimed at fluffies because think about how easy that would carry over.
Oh no, see that's good
Jesus
for theme.
Christ.
That's instant.
Have there been fluffy celebrities like fluffies watching Fluff TV and they see like, oh, it's Aaron Kowtow or Aaron
No,
Flufter?
there has.
Yeah,
been.
they
There
have.
was a
Seen
couple
that?
couple
The A
people
number
writing
will
like
see
television
that.
shows.
The A1 cameo on Fluff TV was always Brent fucking Spiner,
Yep.
aka Data from Star Trek. Yeah, Brent Spiner just apparently at some point falls on real fucking hard times, baby, and cannot get a job. So he just works all the time at Fluff TV.
And it's pretty fucking great. There was also like little fluffy celebrities too, because there was like people would there was like talking about program blocks on Fluff TV, and I remember one of them was like
Super
the
Fluff, shit like that.
there was like the super fluff, then there was like the Fluff TV After Dark, where
Yeah.
they had this, who wrote that story about the guy? He was the porn actor, and he was making the Special Huggy show. I cannot
Fuck,
remember.
I forget.
I can't remember who wrote that, but it was great because they had a celebrity, like basically they had this thing where the show was called like Plot or something, and it was Tim talking about how they got female fluffies to show off for the camera, and apparently they brought in one, and she was supposed to be like a fluffy celebrity. She was from the Beverly Fluff Billies. She was like the Mary. What
Mhm.
was it? What was her name?
The Mary
Fucking
Sue or Mary Ellen. No, that was
Mary. Yeah. And there was like all that. I remember that because there was that. And then there would be like all kind of little commercials and shit in universe people would make. But I remember those very distinctly because I was just like, "What the fuck is this?"
Nah, like I love the Fluff TV concept. I wish it would get explored a lot more.
Oh yeah,
How
Because
about
there's
like
so much dumb shit you can do with it.
you know that fluffies would be all over TikTok if they were real, right?
Oh, you know
Just
they'd
like-
be
Oh,
all over some
absolutely.
anime too.
Without
And
a
think
doubt.
about how simple it would be to make a fluffy anime. You would just have to have like the same 20, 30 frames and just run that shit with dialogue and they'd be happy.
Yeah, guys, give me a color real quick.
Green.
Blue.
plus yellow.
To my
Orange.
boy Adam Brownhill in chat, welcome to the party. Hope you enjoy your stay.
That's it.
It's one of those
Orange.
things. I regret every day finding it some part, but then I'm like, I mean, some of the best friends I ever had here. So fuck it,
Mm-hmm.
we're all right.
It's a net positive.
And
Yeah,
there you go.
I met you
Eh, eh,
guys, unfortunately, through this shit, but I'll take it.
That's fucking
You
Twisted
met
and
us
Goofy.
because you decided that you wanted to consume BuzzFeed one day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I still do.
Nah, as Twisted and
Okay, I
Goofy
don't
just
know
fucking
anything about
ninjas.
ninjas. This was the best I could do.
You gotta give him
That
a
looks
headband.
good.
You gotta give him a headband.
Yeah, give him a Naruto head.
Give him a Naruto headband.
He's the block. No, he's the village in the blocks. There you go.
The village in the in the
Yes.
blocks. Suya.
Just starts kicking off the soundtrack.
And the one guy with the piccolo just going ape shit in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I will shit on Naruto openly all day long, but I will admit it has some pretty good background music. That OST is pretty lit.
Oh, speaking of anime, nah, just kidding.
Oh, you're talking about the
God.
Lilo and Stitch anime?
Oh Jesus Christ! Do you want me to go on a rant about that? Because I will rant on that. All day.
I know the one you're talking about,
Wait.
where it's like a completely different version of Lilo.
Lilo and Stitch had an anime?
Lulu and
No,
Central
Yep.
have
Do you want me to talk
several.
about
No,
this?
we
Are
need
gonna go there?
No, we
Are we gonna
can't.
go there right now?
No, because Carnivius Duck
Please.
has been waiting patiently to call
Cornelius Duck, get
Okay,
your
okay.
ass in here and talk to
Alright.
us about anime.
Yeah.
I will say
the
that rant for another
Naruto.
day.
in. All right, Carnivius Duck, welcome to the FluffCast. He might be drunk.
Oh no, Cornelius.
Well,
Welcome to the fucking Thunderdome.
So,
Well, fuck it. Just
so
keep him in here. Eventually,
yeah.
Duckla Orange will wake up.
eventually he'll quack his way over. So, Carnivius Duck, for those who are uninitiated, has debatably created the ugliest fucking fluffies of all time.
Yeah.
Oh god,
Oh,
this
yeah.
one is.
I'm pretty fucking jealous of how ugly his fluffies are.
In,
Or
ad-
her, I don't know.
in addition, I think he claims, and it's a pretty good claim, to have uploaded the most images to both the Buru and Fluffy community. I think he's at like 1,000 or something.
Whew.
He's just barely squeaked out over Santa.
He's next level. Let's see here. What can I
Yeah.
put on stream? A lot of this has
He's been super fucking productive over the years.
I
Go to look at his Hugbox week entries.
I'm tr-
God.
Oh, I misspelled Carnivius. Carnibius.
Carnivorous.
Carnivorous. It's not carnivorous.
Nope.
It's actually
Damn it,
Carnivius.
Misspelling, yeah.
What?
it's
Yeah,
Carnivius,
that's-
and he admitted that he misspelled
Cornelius, it just got stuck.
carnivorous.
Yeah.
So
Oh, son of a
Carnivorous.
bitch. There it is.
I think he actually draws with his phone too. I feel like I remember hearing that, or no. Who draws with their phone? Someone who's like really good at art.
Starlight.
Wasn't it sunlight?
No. Someone who's like really good. Sunlight's solid, but he's not really
Wow.
good. I said
Wow.
really,
Dude.
really good.
Damn,
like
dude.
crazy.
What the fuck?
Ouch, man.
Oh
Um,
wait, no, I know who you're talking about, Andy. We did have him on here a while back.
Yeah. They're talking about their phone, and Starlight was on too, and Starlight was like, "Yes, it's a win for the
Sunlight.
phone boys." Oh
you want him to
Christ!
be sunny. So that way,
Boys strong.
when the time comes to make eggs, they'll be on our side.
Is Carnivius
Alongside
joining
Frank
us?
Reynolds.
Or...
I feel like I don't know. Here, let me
Nice way.
PM him.
Nah, somebody coming into the art game with just their phone to draw on. That's kind of like somebody rolling up to fucking Evo
Oh, hello.
with a DDR pad. Like, hold on, bro. You for real gonna play fucking fighting games with a DDR pad?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, fuck that. I'm not gonna find out. I am not the one to fuck around today. I'm sorry. I concede. This dude has already beat me.
It's like the guy breaking into your house
I
and you
mean,
come out
I'm
with
sure
a
he
musket.
couldn't, but I was about to find out.
The guy breaking into your house, guy comes at you with a fucking 1700s musket. You're getting out of there. You don't
That's
mess with the guy with the musket defending his house.
The dude
that's
like
pretty
tells
Bowling
Alexa
ball
to,
cycling it.
Ooh,
yeah, dude tells Alexa to start playing Welcome to the Jungle. The red light starts flashing, and then like the battle Roomba comes around the corner, and this dude's just standing there butt naked screaming at me. Nah, whatever he's got in that house ain't worth it. I don't care if this house is Fort fucking Knox. I'm out, bro.
All right, let me
Hey,
try
Alexa.
this. Let me try this one more time with. All right, Duck, speak to me.
Ducky, ducky, ducky.
Is he on his
Quack,
phone?
Quack, quack, quack.
I'll teach you how to ducky.
Let me see this here.
I'll teach you how to ducky.
Everyone,
Alexa, play Despacito. Engage the Claymore Roomba.
The
This is so sad.
Claymore Roomba is the one I was talking about. Yeah.
Any kind of weaponized Roomba is horrifying. And it's just like, what are you
The
going to do
Roomba
with
is
that?
uncaring.
The Roomba does not give a shit. It is just here. It cares about messes. It does not care. It only cares if you bleed on the rug.
And if you do, it will clean it up. It will not leave a trace of your murder.
Mm-hmm.
One artist on Twitter who did something like that, where it's like a battle bots. You ever watch that
Mhm.
show?
Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah.
And the
Oh, yeah.
bot is literally just the demon core with a screwdriver in it.
Jesus.
It's like,
Shit, it
what's
looks
this
like
one
Cornelius
called?
is having some audio problems.
Radiation.
Yeah, he sent me one message. Said it was working before, but now it's not. So I guess he muted
Yeah.
himself. I don't know. He might be drunk. Yeah, I know that the boy likes his whiskey.
You
I
know
was
what?
on mute
I
and unmuted
respect
trying to get
that.
it going.
Christ. Well, so what makes Duck's Fluffy so ugly? I think it's like the shaved muzzle. The thing is that he's got the eyes. He's got those pathetic big eyes that really just sell Fluffy's just being fucking.
Ducks,
Well, I haven't
awful.
seen his art in ages, but I think it's the rough edges of his like draw style.
Mm-hmm.
Duck's got that same thing going on from like the Klasky Supo from Rugrats and Rocket Power and all that, where it's just
Yeah.
very kind of, it looks kind of gritty. Like you feel like if you touched his art, it would be sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Like running your finger over the walls of the house of a cigarette smoker.
Kind of like that.
Or like
I
the
felt
teeth.
that.
Just look at the teeth right there.
That's the teeth. The teeth are a big thing too.
You,
Little nubs.
It
I like
seriously,
it.
it looks like somebody took a fucking hammer to their mouth.
But they're
Oof.
okay with it. They're like, yeah, this is all right. I'm fine. I'm still living. So
Living my best life.
anyway, we have another call in. I dragged him in unceremoniously. Patrick, talk to us. Good evening.
Oh,
Oh.
Hello.
How have you guys been?
Oh, you know,
Here and there.
Fair. I was thinking of something because Carnivius Duck said it in the commentary where he said he was wishing he could remove some of his art, his pieces,
Mm.
and it reminded me because like the other week ago, I took a trip back through time to my long lost fanfiction.net account.
Oh, that's a mistake.
You done fucked up.
That's a big
Yeah.
mistake.
Yeah, and it sparked this question for you. Is there anything you guys ever made that you just look back and you just cringe?
Yeah, most
Oh
of it.
dear God.
I
yes.
legitimately don't even want to talk about it. It's so bad.
Bro, why you think we
some
left?
days.
you know, I will talk about one I got right here because I'm actually looking at it right now. Well, I'm looking at the smallest file. I can't find the actual file anymore. I've always been that person who's bad about drawing stuff for people. Like most times, like it's friends of mine, and that generally works out fine because your friends are generally always going to be your friends unless you fuck up. I drew this thing for a girl that I was seeing at the time, and every time I see it, I'm like, this is so fucking terrible. Why did I keep this? Why do I have this? And for some reason, I guess I hold on to it so I can look at it and be like, don't do this no more, Funk. But she was really big into Harley Quinn and all that shit. So I drew Harley Quinn as a little sister from BioShock with the Joker Big Daddy. And at the time it was cool. It was a neat concept. Now I look back and I'm like, holy
So
fuck, what was I thinking?
What you're saying is we live in a society.
We live in a
live in an
society under the
underwater
sea.
Dun 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 dun.
Who lives in a society under the sea?
The girl I was seeing, and
I'm a crustacean under the sea.
That's pretty much what I made that for. And like she loved it, but then like I think it was 6 months
'Cause
later,
that is where you'll find me.
just kind of like kicked me out of her life. And I was like, oh, so you want to keep hanging out with the dude who's literally been peeping on you in the shower, but you don't want to hang out with me? That's fine, whatever.
I feel like we're missing some details here.
now wait. Now on a
yeah.
on a scale of Sanic to Napoleon's drawing in Napoleon Dynamite, how bad was it? That was better than the above.
To be fair to the Sanic drawing, I have in my possession an officially licensed Sanic cup I got from the Sega store.
I
That's
remember
pretty
that.
cool.
Are you gonna post a picture of it? I want to see it.
Oh fuck, do I
Yeah, I
have
want
one?
to see that.
It's your
I
boy
wanna see it.
Sanic. Billy-lily-lily-lily-lily.
Oh no, I do have it on here. Fuck. Okay. You know what?
Oh, you
I'm-
have it? Own
I
up to
have
the
it.
cringe, bro. Cringe is
I
strength.
Post it.
I
You gotta-
forgot I used to have a DeviantArt account.
Bro,
Okay.
remember what they say in Akiba Ranger. Cringe is strength.
I'm
You'll
going.
be good.
I'm going to embrace this shit. I'm going to put it in commentary. You know, I'm do whatever the fuck you want with it.
All right, let's see it. That's an old man. Never mind.
This is like.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hell,
Okay.
Oh,
So I got some
okay.
shit to say about Big Daddy.
2015.
Yeah, the
Smile
thing is,
here.
it's like it's acceptable. That's the thing is
It
the
is.
quality's actually acceptable.
It's
It's
just the
not-
theme.
It's just the face in the upper right corner is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. now.
Exactly. I was gonna say the Big Daddy smile over here. Like, bro, what the
That-
fuck? That is laughing salesman levels of creepy. This motherfucker right here comes at me in a dark alley. I'm shooting myself. Like, for fucking real, bro.
It's saving
I
the
would
trouble.
be scared to death to see this shit come at me.
See,
I
I'm
look
taking
under
it
my
as a
bed.
compliment.
Yeah, I look under my bed and see this shit. guess what? Me and the bed's fixing to take the fuck off.
I'm
Oh, shock's
going to
already
take that as a
creepy.
full-on compliment, and I'm going to love it.
How,
So,
how many tips or how many subscribers do you need on Twitch? do you need to change your profile picture to that smiling face in the top right corner?
I may have to. I might get in there like damaged. I might get in like the damaged emo girl audience that way.
Funkstar, for real though, dude.
Do we
this
need to
Big
turn
Daddy
that
got-
into an emoji for this server?
We might have. I know what
We
I'm doing
might
it right.
have
I'm doing
to.
it right now. Wait, I'm doing it right now.
I was gonna say, Funk, this fucking Big Daddy here, he's got more teeth than a pack of sharks and more lip than a pack of hot dogs. It's fucked.
I would say like I was actually kind of proud of him when I got to starting to draw the little Harley little sister, and I was like, the fuck do I do now? I've kind of peaked. Like,
No, like the Harley actually looks really like detailed and fucking clean and shit. I actually like that one a lot, but just like
Yeah, it
the
looks.
smile up there on Big Daddy is killing me, bro.
Yeah, just
That-
ignore that abomination and just it's without that it's pretty good.
I was a big fan of the smile because I was just like, shit. I was like, this is actually kind of creepy. This is
Like,
gonna work. This is gonna
Yeah,
go places.
it works really good as a creepy thing, as like, you know, trying to be friendly in any capacity. Hell no, that shit is nightmarish from my
No.
Like, no. Like I said, I see this motherfucker coming at me in a dark alley at night. I'm shooting myself. I ain't
That
even
works
wasting
too
bullets
well.
trying to shoot his.
He got away from it's funny. I actually also have like I've got one drawing that got away from me, and I was just like, wait a minute, why is this one so popular? And it's like my most popular drawing, and I've yet to figure out why. But
Thank you,
well,
Andy.
we kind of talked about it one day where it's kind of the way I drew it
Oh
fits the style of
god,
the
it's an
character.
emote now.
Yeah.
Oh god, your reactions. 3 reactions in 2
Yeah.
seconds.
Oh boy.
Fuck goes for another drink. Gotta get the other whisker now.
No, that was my cringy thing because I look back and I'm like, God, I shouldn't even bother with this shit. But like, I can look back at that now and I'm like, okay, that was me 6 years ago, and I think I've improved in 6 years. I hope I've improved in 6 years.
You've improved in 6 years, Funk. Don't
You have
worry.
definitely improved in 6
Thank
years.
you.
You
Yes.
definitely have.
You
I just
definitely
like
have,
going
dude.
on. I just like going on them roast rants like that. That's why I was.
Oh no, like
so
that's one to roast. Like I have no problem roasting that one because I look at it now and like I kind of wonder sometimes. I'm like, I wonder if she still has it hanging up in her bedroom. I was like, because it was hanging like right there by the door for a long
Hell
time.
no,
and
dude. She took that haunted ass shit and put it in a goddamn folder.
probably
She gave it to the Goodwill, and the Goodwill took it to a church to have it fucking destroyed.
We need an
That's-
old
you know
priest and
what?
a young priest. I'm gonna throw some holy water at this motherfucker for real.
You know what's gonna happen now? I'm gonna learn how to fuck with that cosplay foam. I'm gonna make myself a Joker Big Daddy like that. And I'm gonna come to everybody's
Nigga, I'm gonna
house.
show up as a goddamn ordained priest and fucking throw holy water at your ass.
I'm just gonna like stand outside under the
I'll
street
be out
light
there like
everybody's
Simon
house.
Belmont in the convention hall talking about the power of Christ compels you, bitch. At the vampire killer, get gone.
I'd be like, well, just how did Funk die? Well, he died from 3 shotgun shells to the chest, and then another 4 to the back because I wanted to make sure he wasn't getting back up.
And for some reason, there was like 17, 18 whip wounds on him. We don't really know what that's about. We're looking into it.
We think he's a kinky fucker. It's like
Then
yeah,
somebody
like
sprinkled a bunch of holy water and crack all over him.
it's like there's crack
Sprinkle
in
some
his
crack
system.
on 'em.
No, wait, bad luck. You're one of them youthful ladies, right? You ever use Wattpad?
Yeah, oh dear god, yes.
Red pillows on Wattpad.
No. No, don't do that to her.
I honestly have not used it in like 2 years.
You mean I?
Wait,
That's not a long time.
wait.
Wait.
In the cosmological age of everything, that is not a long time at all.
I'll have you know that my sister, who is currently trained to be a nurse in Boston, Massachusetts, one time stroked her computer monitor and then turned to me and went, "Fan fiction," and the desktop
Damn.
said, "What?"
Whoa.
Sky, are you all right?
Yeah, there
That's
was
an
a brief
intimidating
period
energy.
where I wrote stuff and posted it, but for the most part, I just read things because I mean, a lot of it is just really god awful fan fiction, but there's also some hidden diamonds in the rough in there.
Now, is it only about celebrities, or is it like based
Oh
off?
no,
of...
you got your fandoms and cartoons and video games and all everything. If it exists, there's a Wattpad fanfiction for it.
Okay.
Back when I was there was like that was fanfiction.net. I remember that.
Oh
I
yeah.
also remember
Y'all wanna
recently
read some
having
lemons.
I had to explain that like not too long. I remember I had to explain it to
Dear
people.
God, lemons.
And they were like, I was like, this is a lemon. And if like if it got too raunchy, it was a lime. And they're just looking at me like, what the fuck is that? I was like, well, that was adult fan fiction. They're like, we just call that smut. And I was like, it's because y'all got no imagination.
I thought lime was guy on guy and lemon was just generic porn.
No,
Oh,
lime.
sweetie, no.
No, lime was like super graphic. Lemon
Woof.
was like R-rated movie kind of shit. Like, might be a sex scene, something like that. Lime
Why are
was
we
like
describing me?
because we got to.
I really feel like I missed out on like some major internet shenanigans here because all of this is fucking foreign to me.
No,
I
dude,
remember
it
when
was
traps
wild.
used to be called herms.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
There's some ancient wisdom out there to be had, and some ancient horrors to be behold.
Oh, good lord, is there some terrifying shit out there to be had in the day?
Mm.
I wonder if I still have that from when I started a fucking civil war on a website.
Like the weird part is the old Wild West days of the internet. It wasn't even so much like, oh man, I saw a video of somebody putting their dick in a fucking blender or whatever. Like that was always there, but that wasn't the really crazy shit that everyone remembers. The crazy shit everyone remembers was the off the wall, just what the actual fuck am I looking at posts where your brain just shut off and went to white noise when you stared at the computer screen for more than a second.
It's like
The
we were talking.
YTMNDs and shit like that, you know. Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
we were talking about that the other night. And talking about like the celebrities like internet celebrities we had kind of like or run into. Back in the day, I was a big player of Final Fantasy 11 for forever, and the big website for Final Fantasy 11 was called Killing Ifrit. And on there, we had this little thread where it was me and a couple friends shit posting, and a thread that they just called Jet 7 Heaven because I wasn't going by Funkshire then. We actually encountered, if you haven't heard of this, please go look it up, from the Final Fantasy house, Hojo.
Oh my god.
Hojo would come into the thread and would not talk to anybody, but just post some of the cringiest shit ever. Because the whole thing was like Just Seventh Heaven, based on Tifa Seventh Heaven. It was a little bar everybody could hang out. That was the role playing thing for it. So everybody would come in, hang out, whatever, and it was just recluse nerds like me hanging out and talking with each other. Then she would come in and be like, Hojo saddles up to the bar, dumps a bag of powder, and begins to snort it while wondering why everyone hates her. And then people would be like,
And
"Oh, hey, no, go ahead. I'm sorry."
I was gonna say, yeah, the thing in commentary that just got linked, Frederick Knudson's Down the Rabbit Hole on
Yep.
the Final Fantasy House. That is the de facto video to watch on that. Long story made short, a bunch of fucking terrible ass, crazy, very juvenile people got in the same house and suckered a couple of people into moving in with him that was doing all the work and paying all the rent. And it just kind of goes more and more psychotic as it goes.
Yep.
It's like
So
an
I
episode
did,
of Hoarders where the Hoarders are beating each other.
we did talk to Hojo. Like people would try to talk to her, but then like she would just be like, "Wonder why everybody hates me." We're like, "We're trying to talk to you, but you just want to sit over and sniff imaginary cocaine on an imaginary bar." I mean, you can talk to us if you want to.
Exactly.
Because like there was three big comic creators on that website. There was myself, there was Aldemir, and there was Cow Cow. We all had three different styles at our thing. And so I knew everybody pretty well, and people, and we talked to people because, like I said, I didn't have friends in high school. I'll admit that. So this was like the closest I got to social interaction 9 times out of 10. So I would just go over and talk to people, hang out. Everybody thought I was cool, and I thought they were cool. But Hojo was a fucking weirdo. Like they were doing the Hojo thing back then. Because let's see,
Like the term hate fucking literally applies to times in Hojo's life.
yes. And when I say that they were obsessed with Hojo, like their signature back when that was a day was like a hand drawn thing with Hojo. They had all these stats as Hojo,
Mm,
all this. It was crazy.
What
Like this
what
person,
is what is Hojo?
Hojo
Hojo's a
was
character in the game.
he's a character from Final Fantasy VII, kind of a mad scientist slash father of Sephiroth slash really creepy son bitch slash rapist. So just not a pleasant person.
Okay.
Yeah. And they were convinced, like it was basically Tulpa shit. They
Yeah.
they were doing a Tulpa thing, but on themselves.
Oh.
I am the Tulpa now. I
That-
look at me. Look at me. I am the Tulpa now.
That's exactly what Final Fantasy House was. It was this girl thought she was Hojo. She had her girlfriend from her correctly, who thought she was Aerith, was it? Sorry.
Oh,
I-
fuck, I forget. There were
This
so many
sounds
goddamn
like some
people in that
fucking
house.
Well,
prime Tumblr age, fucking
this
otherkin kind of shit.
Oh
this
no,
was
this goes way
huh.
beyond that, dude. This goes into like full on. You would see this on an episode of the first 48 kind of shit.
Oh
It was
God.
just one day when you get a minute, like you sit down to supper or something, watch that Final Fantasy House video over there, the Down the Rap Hole by Frederick Newton. Newton. Yeah, I can never say his last name right.
Knudsen?
Knudsen.
Newton. It's really good. It's really informative, and it's like what, half an hour, 40 minutes. So you'll watch that and be like, holy shit, because some stuff happens in there. Like it gets like tricking people into doing things. Basically, like they were finding kind of wayward people with nowhere else to go and be like, hey, you remind me of X from Final Fantasy VII. Did you
You're
ever think
probably reincarnated.
exactly?
You're that character from the video game that came out like 2 years ago. You're definitely them.
You got to be there.
Wow.
Believe in it.
And at
My
this time,
crystals told me so.
this is my JO crystal is humming. Must be a place of power.
You know what? I haven't charged my Geo Crystal in so long.
Well,
Right.
go watch that video and charge the shit out of it.
I might.
Like, yeah, she would come in there, and I want to say this was before Final Fantasy House, because this was, I can't remember what year Final Fantasy House was. I just remember that because we didn't know anything about Final Fantasy House at this point, because this was 2005, 2004, so this is a while back. But this is some shit.
It's pretty weird.
And
Yeah, that's Spunk's internet celebrity.
that's my internet celebrity right there. It's like, let me look that up. Final Fantasy.
The only internet
Hey.
celebrities I've got are the ones I went to BronyCon. I met Saber Spark. I've done that multiple times. He's a great guy. I fucking love Saber Spark.
Yeah, well, if you love him so much, why don't you marry him?
I think he's already married. He's also too good for me. Far too
Okay.
handsome.
That's bullshit.
Okay, here's something fun. Apparently, when I met Hojo, this shit was like either just done or still going on. Because apparently, it's the okay. It's like it says, it's 2006 is when it was documented. It started in 2002. So yeah, this shit was going on while Hojo was coming there to visit my fucking threads.
That's wild.
That I don't know. The only other internet celebrity I fairly know. I know a couple of people that are kind of big in the Warhammer world, and that's about it. Talking about fan fiction, my friend Dusky does probably one of the best received Warhammer fan fictions called Messages from Dad. And it's basically kind of like a reimagining if the Emperor was a good father or a decent father, at least.
Dude,
like-
that's a hell of a stretch right there.
It's a hell of a stretch. It's more about the
Dad
Primarchs.
didn't
and
go
like,
out for milk-a-rats.
yeah, he's if the Emperor didn't go out for death sticks and not come back. You got any sandpaper cigarettes, Dad? No.
You want to buy some death sticks?
You want to buy some death sticks?
Will not sell me
Right.
death sticks.
You want to buy
How
a bucket
about-
of rusty babies?
How about a pallet of slightly used saltines?
That is still
Corpse
the
powder.
worst got the worst.
Would you like to buy a whole entire box of slightly moist baby powder?
Wait, what? That's
Yes.
that's just
Yes, I
baby
do.
paste at that point.
Yes. Baby adhesive.
Actually, pro tip, you know that fucking slime or whatever that you would make in like kindergarten or something?
Yeah, the
You can
Yeah.
actually make a you can actually do your own slime with just water and baby powder, and you can just like add food coloring to it, and there you go.
Yeah, but you don't really want to be using baby powder nowadays.
Yeah, they found out it causes cancer.
Baby powder causes cancer?
How do you
Very
know
nice.
about this?
They stopped
like a-
making
And it
it out
also
of real
causes,
babies.
lung
so-
cancer.
So
Yeah.
baby powder, the Johnson & Johnson baby powder, because it's just talcum powder, right?
Mm.
A thing about talcum powder, because it's a mineral, when you mine it, no mineral ever comes out like perfectly pure, right? It had a fuck ton of asbestos in it.
Well, okay then.
Eh.
That's bad.
Well, all right. What the hell?
It keeps your balls from sticking to your leg, though.
Yeah.
So that's good.
If
That's-
you or
I
a
guess
loved
you
one
guaranteed
have
you know what?
mesothelioma,
That's bad.
I'm gonna pitch this right here, and they're not paying me to say this, so sure. Get you some of that moisture wicking underwear. I bought some of that for work, and it's like a lot. It's a game changer.
Moisture wetting underwear?
Wicking.
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 It's typically made out of a poly spandex blend.
Mhm.
And basically just keeps
Don't
your,
use your science words with me, old man.
just keeps your balls from being in the
What?
quag all day.
You do not get to call me old man.
Uh-oh.
You,
Uh-oh.
Yes, I
you
do.
are
Uh-oh.
ancient, Lemon.
I
You are
am
like
not. Okay, so fuck it. That's it. Mask off. I am the wandering Jew that is spoken of in old fairy tales.
it's true.
I've been
Yes.
around because I decided to fucking point and laugh at Jesus while he was dragging his goddamn cross through town.
He's been alive
Whoa.
for
You lost me
thousands
there.
upon thousands of years.
He
What?
just pointed at him and he said, "Do you even lift, bro?" And next thing you know, cursed with immortality.
Uh,
Oh my
truly, Lemon is the only one that knows the name of the golem.
Hey,
Oh shit, Sammy LaFavor. Bad luck, you've got an admirer in the chat.
Oh shit, I do.
Let's see. Quote, bad luck, I really love your fluffies. I want that cute, sweet, innocent fluffy with the knife, bad luck. If fluffies were real, that the
Aw.
kind I want. So cute, all caps. Ain't
okay,
that
I'm
ain't
I'm
that
sorry,
precious?
Sammy. I'm sure you are a wonderful, magnificent, just amazing,
Magnificent.
Magnificent.
magnificent human being.
It's okay, take your time.
So I follow an account on Instagram called Simp DMs.
Do not.
And, and I'm not saying, Sammy, I'm not saying you're like this. I'm not. But a lot of these DMs start out with, "You look so cute, sweet, and innocent, but I'm just a nice guy. You'd never be interested in me."
Oh,
Ooh.
nice. Oof.
Oh god damn it! Coming in with the
bro.
nice guy.
Oh my god.
That's-
Stop bullying
that's the
Sammy.
roughness.
Fluffy, I'm just a nice fluffy. Ooh, ooh.
I'm just
Fluffy,
a nice
just
fluffy.
nice fluffy. Males
Fluffy
always go
showed
for
you-
bad fluffy.
Fluffy show
Let's
you
go
no
for
no
Smarties.
God.
Oh, so apparently Carnivius did draw all of his art on his phone.
Holy shit.
Christ alive.
Fucking champion. He's the dude that shows up at Evo with the DDR pad.
Yeah, you don't fuck with them.
Yeah, just no, I'm not gonna find out. Fuck that.
No, he's
I already
he's
know this dude's gonna win.
it's not just a guy showing up with the DDR pad. It's a duck showing up with the DDR pad at Evo.
Yeah, exactly. He
it's
just
the
walks
same,
in there with like a piece of bread and a DDR pad and's like, "Let's fucking go, bitch. Square up."
That's the dude showing up with the fucking Donkey Kong Conga controller and just being like, all right,
Yes!
let's do this.
Ah, see, hyper combo just like that. You're dead. Done. Taking home that $10,000. Thank you, son.
I'm
Is
here.
Evo
Watch
only-
me do these parries with a fucking leapfrog pad and see what
Yeah,
happens.
right.
Wait, is Evo really only $10,000 for prize?
No, Evo's
Oh.
more than
It
that.
depends on which one you go to.
Street
think the-
Fighter.
Street Fighter, I think usually since Capcom kicks in a lot on that, it's like 100,
Yeah,
150,000,
they usually
something like
they usually get a lot for that.
Alright,
Yeah,
good.
when I go and enter the Melty Blood tournament, and I won last time, they gave me a $25 McDonald's gift card.
Ooh.
that. Now that's local tournaments for sure. Local
Yeah.
tournaments, yeah, you win that shit, you're lucky to get like $50, you know. Makes sense
Like,
though. TOs
I-
are fucking broke just like the rest of us.
Yeah, back in the day, the local the game exchange that was in the mall had a tournament. It was original Smash Brothers for the 64, and I remember no, wasn't the one for 64. It was Melee. Was Melee the one for the GameCube? I can never remember all
Yes,
the
it
fucking
was
stuff.
Melee
Melee
was the one for
Yeah,
GameCube.
it was Melee. 'Cause
Melee!
Melee, that was it. And they had the tournament, and we went and played. I actually won this tournament. And it was great, and it's not because I just spammed Ganondorf fucking Falcon Punch the whole time, but got there, got excited, won a gift card or like a $50 gift certificate to the store, and I was super stoked about it. But then I went to try and use it, and then they like hit me with all these stipulations of shit I couldn't use it on. And I was like, "The fuck are y'all on about? This is $50. I'm here to buy something." They're like, "Well, you can't use it on this, or can't use it on the collectible games, and can't use it on this." And I was like, "Well, what can I use it on?" I think I ended up buying something stupid. I can't remember.
This is like there was this game store in town. I used to kind of fuck with them a little bit on their Black Friday sale because I would go in there with myself, my mom, both my grandparents, and everyone that was waiting at the store when they opened got a voucher for $10 of free shit in the store.
You can hear voices.
So-
Can
Hey,
my voice?
Yes.
The duck.
Look, Nervous.
Oh my god, it's
This is
finally time.
welcome. But yeah,
Yeah.
they'd always game.
Drink
that
too
by
much
one
whiskey
cent.
again, bud. But not enough.
No. Haven't drank yet. Just technology bad.
Technology very bad.
Very
Well, it's
bad.
time to start drinking.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody got $10 vouchers for going in.
Yeah. I would
I'm
always
very-
game on that.
I'm very
Like
glad that you
doing
were
it.
here. We were all just kind of gushing over your art
Mhm.
and how much we love that we like the way you do your fluffies is just so. I want to squeeze them, and it's not like cute
Lovably
aggression.
hideous.
It's not cute aggression. It's regular aggression, but I love it.
No, it's just
Oh,
the
that's-
same thing as like those ugly dolls that fucking Ant-Man gets his daughter in that first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
kinda like that, it's just,
everyone's
holy
worse on
shit.
their own art. After a while, you just hate what you draw.
Well, we love it. I am actually I'm not liking what I'm drawing right now, but it's because it's very licky.
I do have a question.
Shoot.
Who did I beat in the most things drawn on the Buru?
Santa.
Everyone.
Like
I
who's the
was pretty sure it was close to like 1100 on the Buru, but now it's starting all over, so I've only done 100 on the community, so only 900 more to go.
Yeah, no, I remember at some point you had passed his 1,000 mark because there for
I
a
had
while.
not
Santa
made
was-
1,000. I was 7 to 1,000. This is like 903, 993 or some shit.
Yeah,
I was
he
like
was right on
7
there with
images
it.
away from being 1,000. Then I quit.
Yeah, I should have done that long time ago.
Bad luck, how many images are
Yeah.
you on? Bad luck, how many images are you
Oh,
on?
Jesus Christ. What?
How many images are you on Fluffy Community?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. Let me look.
I'm on like 2 levels of irony, maybe.
Shit, I don't know. I'm on
The
like
site
6 levels
keep-
right now, my dude.
Like I had to manually count them all.
You were like a baby to me. Watch this.
It's 126 posts
Fuck.
created.
Nope, that's post, but how many are images?
Okay. Let me look. 47.
Okay,
In a
I'm still
row?
good then.
No.
I'll
She's
have to rest anyone.
This is the 3rd day in a row I've heard that joke. 3rd day in a row.
I love that joke.
A row?
Oh yeah, and I was listening to the podcast as I was freaking out trying to fix my computer. Everything on my phone. There's no tablet.
Do you have a stylus at least, or is it all by finger?
No, it's a stylus. I have a Note 9.
Yeah,
Before that,
not
a Note
bad.
4.
I miss my Note. That was a good phone.
Now, are you self-taught with the art? Like, do you just like these are just doodles, obviously, but like, you do any research on
Oh, yeah.
color theory or?
A few years back, someone said I had to use shadows,
You had a what?
and that's about it.
Oh, you
Someone
had
to use shadows.
someone picked me apart to add shadows to my art.
Oh,
Fuck
okay.
that
It was
shit.
I mean, that's not really necessary. That's like
October 6 years ago.
something wrong with flat colors. Fucking Santa got away with pencil and paper, and everyone ate that shit up.
Hell yeah. Black and white's the way to go.
Wait,
That was my-
wait, but Santa actually did have shadows, I think.
Sometimes.
It was
Like blobs.
depends.
I'd
was it- it
add
was,
shadows if it was needed.
colored-
Otherwise, I didn't.
first like 5 or 6 drawings were pen and paper with colored pencils.
Woof. Totally Chris Channing it up. Now, is there anyone now? Now, you've been here for a while, yeah? But when did you first start?
God, I want to say December. It was like right after Christmas or something like that, or before Christmas.
What year?
7 years ago, 8 years ago.
Alright, so that's 13, 14. Nice. Let me think. What else?
Damn near a
That sounds
decade
about
back.
right.
Look at this guy. Now, anything else? Who's around nowadays that you're particularly fond of, or do you any artists that are posting like that are modern that you're into?
You mean on the community or?
Yes, on the community. I mean, in general, whatever you want.
I usually just hang out with Monster Mama and Dragon, Nixia, and Volps.
Oh, okay. Anything on the like the website, Fluff Community? Any new guys that you're following?
I really like stories. I can't remember what his name was. It's Turbine or Infrared Turbine.
Infrared Turbine,
or-
yeah.
That's the one.
That's the boy.
There's I think there's two of them with their names so close together. One does pictures, one does stories. And it's the one with god damn it. Those two guys that have
Machine heads.
like a but the story is like one's a meth addict and the other one's like a super genius and they have that fluff farm in the middle of nowhere.
Ah, shit. Sam and Will.
Yeah, it's like a whole series. Love that fucking series.
Yeah, that guy hasn't done much in a long time. A couple months now, I want to say.
I know.
Now, where do you get your ideas for your pieces? Do you just sit down, you just start drawing fluffies and a miserable face, and then you just work out from there?
Turbo Encabulator.
Yeah. There it is. Yeah.
The turbo
Yeah,
encabulator.
Yeah, I usually start with the face and then go off from that.
No, I mean
usually
like your thought
Go ahead.
process, your idea is making your making like the scenes, you know, like your ideas, like what happens to the fluffies? Like, are they eating shit today? Are they getting stomped today? What's going on? How do you come up with your different ideas?
first 3 years I worked with special needs, high functioning but extremely hostile towards people, and that's where I got most of my stuff. You're not
Wolf.
allowed to hurt them. They can beat the living crap out of you, but you can't put a finger on them. So all that frustration went to my art.
My mom used to work with a couple of special needs kids out in an area around here that keeps a bunch of them. So
Behold, my muses. I wish they were all dead.
Don't get me wrong, I had clients that I absolutely enjoyed. They were better than most humans that I interact with.
You know,
And you got the bottom of the barrel.
man,
Now I drive a truck, so I deal with fucking assholes all the time.
Amen, brother.
you know, you hear about God, I heard the other day that apparently it's a thing. Men with Down syndrome are more likely to have gigantic penises. I was making bread at work the other day, and my boss was just talking about it.
I'm
with the
so
other
think you
one.
glad I
just slept with a man with Down syndrome.
I'm so glad I know this now. I didn't need to know this, but I'm glad
Yeah,
I know
right?
it now.
And I'm thinking back to the one kid I grew up with who had Down syndrome, Colby. Great kid. He's a firefighter now, best fucking firefighter out there. And I'm like, yeah, I could see him. I could see him packing a third leg. He's that kind of guy.
Fortunately, I have taken these types of people to like the pool and stuff, and I can confirm that they are packing.
Oh,
goddamn.
wait, this is actually a thing? I thought he was just fucking with me.
No,
Yeah,
no, sir.
You're just fucking
No,
with me.
This is a thing.
They
Oh, they don't need as much
Brain function,
blood to
more
the
blood.
brain compared to everyone else.
yeah.
Oh.
Spicy memes.
Oh man. Duck, anything else you want to share with us? Anything you're working on right now that's coming up?
Actually, no, I have not drawn a single thing. I have been working with, I can tell you the app right now. I have been working on Flip a Clip,
One more time?
animating my drawings.
Oh right,
Animating
that's
my
right.
drawing.
right, yeah, I remember the one with the shit's falling down. Yeah.
Yeah, after 4 days of that, that's 4 seconds. Jesus Christ.
Cool.
Guys, real quick, I just remembered Rescue 9 wanted us to grace the stream with the presence of Dickenheimers.
Oh
Oh,
God, right,
Dickenheimers.
Right.
So if you would be so polite as to put
I'll
those...
grab
World
the
debut of Dickenheimers.
Oh yeah, Dickenheimers. Everyone loves a Dickenheimer. Give me a sec
Be
here.
Dickenheimer or
Is
a
that like a
Cockenheimer?
Yeah, it's in the chat somewhere, picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I got it.
Is it not just called a Jellin penis?
No, it's a Bellenheimer because it looks like a Belland.
A Bellin.
That one.
What did I
Art
draw that
now
one
is-
night? The Vaginaheimer, right?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Why did they
My
say
stuff
honk?
now is
I don't
we're
know.
we're at bars and
It
they
looks like they say honk.
You're at bars
asked
and
me
what?
to draw something.
Oh,
My friends asked me to draw something, and it's mostly dicks and vagina related. So I have a whole folder of penis creatures that they wanted me to draw.
Penoids, if you will.
do your friends
Yeah.
know you're an artist? Like that you draw? Not necessarily fluffies, but like.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
no, they all
remember-
know I'm on this weird site.
As I said, speaking of weird penis-related animals, let's still remember one that we did back in the day for an old Buru comic with Rudy Poo. The mystical, the magical, the majestic, the cock hawk, aka the penis falcon.
Jesus. Excuse me.
Wait,
Don't choke! Don't
Wait.
choke!
Don't
There's
die.
You missed the opportunity to make wordplay on phallus there with the falcon.
Could've.
wait. This reminds me of something.
Phallus falcon. There's a pun somewhere in there.
Friend,
There's a joke
friends
to
of
be
mine
made
had an idea a while back. While we had some drinks, and it's like, what if there was a chicken with like a foot-long dick that when it ran, all it left was a trail behind?
So fuck off.
No,
That's
one
horrifying.
I think I
kinda
drew
love
a-
it.
I think I drew a fluffy with dick legs, and it was trailing along.
That sounds about right.
Are you drawing a fluffy with erectile dysfunction of the horn? Bad
I
luck.
don't know what this is.
Oh, there's another callback there.
This never happened to Fluffy before.
Yeah, Funkshire had an
Plus
old
Fluffy.
pet in the comics, remember? The Dickicorn.
The Digicorn, native to parts of Nova Scotia and the
yeah,
shores of
yeah.
Japan.
Wait a minute.
That was a warning. If you went to Funkshire's house, you had to watch out for the Digicorn that lived in the medicine cabinet.
Poke his head out and be like, hey, what's
I
up?
feel like we're missing some vital information.
Not
No,
really
you got it
everything.
all.
That's
Got
all
everything
you
you
need.
need to know.
Yep.
Funkshire's
eat-
house in the Fluffy Cannon was like Pee Wee's Playhouse. Like, just weird magic shit would pop up all the time. Just kind of
That's
learn to roll
true.
with it.
Chairs
Hey,
will talk to you.
Andy, don't take this the wrong way, but I'm sending you a photo that I just did.
All right. It better not be me.
Is.
What is that's I'm trying to figure out what exactly is going on here. Now I can't put this on stream. So I'm
I
gonna
believe
just
the words you're looking for are Merry Fistmas.
I'm gonna try to describe this. Okay, so you got yourself a brown fluffy, but it's got no eyes or ears. Everything above that is like it's like a dick antenna coming out of its head. Now it's splurting liquid out of everywhere. It walks on penis hooves, and it's got a big round ass. It's got veins all over itself. And on top of it is a pink fluffy that's got human breasts with very large areola and a dripping normal vagina and a squiggly pigtail. Now on the pink
I want to see
fluffy,
this.
on the pink fluffy is also a Viking helmet, but the horns are penises.
Mike, how much LSD do you
I'm looking at this and I'm just like, wow. Here, let me post that in commentary. I gotta mark it as a spoiler though for the. I don't think we have children in this server. No, we don't. I've checked. There's no
Oh,
children.
now that
here.
is a work of art.
Don't put that on the
Holy
stream. Patrick's like, it's definitely not that bad.
I like how it's sideways.
that sells it the most. The fucking portrait aspect ratio.
I can move it over, but I have to find it in my files.
What did you draw this just now?
No, this is what happens when I go to bars.
Oh Christ alive!
Oh, cool! You're drawing this in public. That makes it even better.
You see, in public,
Of
people see
course.
this, they love it. They'd be all about it. That's how you get the chicks at the bar. You just playing with your phone, and the chick is like, "Wow, he's not texting. What is he up to? What are you drawing? Oh, you know, just booby, a booby blob riding a penis horse. Standard shit."
And they come up and go, "What are you drawing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
I love this. Oh man. Uh,
I mean, that's what happened when one of my friends was like, "Oh, hey, draw me a donkey fucking a dinosaur."
why do
And
your
I
friends?
Wait.
And so naturally, I was obliged. I had to do it.
I
No,
mean,
you had to do it to
obviously,
him.
right?
Kibbles, do you draw shit for your friends?
say no.
Most of the things that I've
Wait.
drawn have been for my
Wait,
friends. so
bad
you
luck.
don't
What
ask.
is that? Bad luck. Wait.
I was attempting to draw a dick, but it didn't work out.
That was a really bad
You're-
peen.
You're on YouTube right now. Please stop.
Oh, fuck, I forgot.
Oh, I've seen
Yeah,
this.
this is well, that's the original drawing before I turned it into a fluffy.
Oh,
That was
okay.
my 10th of a donkey
All right.
makeup.
Woof. Oh, Christ. What a Saturday night, boys. Crazy weeks. We're coming up on number 10. Can you believe it?
Right?
Yeah.
What is your
Who thought it would go
preoccupation
this
with
long?
10?
What do you mean with 10? It's a double
You've been
digit.
talking about 10 for the last 2 weeks.
Have I?
Yes.
I didn't mean to. Wait, are you fucking with me? I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Oh,
You've been
A little-
preoccupied with the 10th episode since the 6th episode.
A
have
little
I?
gaslighting is not a bad thing. We've gone over this.
Oh,
Right.
right,
Over.
right.
And I'm not
It's a
even
little bit.
fucking gaslighting you right now. I'm being
Yeah, you're not
honest.
even.
Oh, okay. I'm
You have
sorry.
been mentioning it.
I have. I don't know. I guess I just really like the idea. I don't know. Maybe it's just a big milestone in my head that I'm making for myself.
You're just like, yeah, we're gonna get there to 10.
To 10, and then it's gonna get really boring until 50.
Next stop, 100.
It's like I was sitting there the other night and I woke up in a cold sweat and Andy was standing at the foot of my bed and just going, 10, 10. And I didn't know what the hell to make of myself. So I looked down to make sure I wasn't sleeping naked again. But no, I had my drawers on. So I don't know what the fuck he was pointing at.
Oh, boy. Oh, I have a lot of fun each week. Hope you guys know that.
I'm glad. I enjoy hanging out here and bullshitting with y'all.
Oh yeah.
Man. All right, some personal shit.
Especially when I'm not drunk.
Oh yeah, the last time you were here, you got fucking wasted.
I can't
Oh, he was
can't
wasted.
remember what we talked about. I can't think. I can't remember anything.
See the animation you
Oh.
showed. Well, you had at least,
Yep.
All right.
and then you fell
So
asleep.
nothing else was said.
I
Okay,
think
good.
you
Oh
just
no,
said,
there was something else said, but
there was a couple
for your
things
sake,
said.
I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
there were a couple things said. It was rough.
A lot of controversial things about northern Hong Kong.
Yep.
I wasn't
Perfect.
here, but I listened to it, and I'm not going to say I disagree, but not something you should say in public.
I don't want social credit.
Says the
score
man
now.
who goes out to the fucking fields just to helicopter his cock.
Yeah, in the fields alone.
It's a
I'm
normal thing.
still 500 yards away from the school.
You're still 500 yards away from the school, but people don't do that when the fields have been freshly fucking slashed and burned.
Listen, it's a
Fire
normal
is
thing.
erotic.
Everyone does it. It's completely fine.
Oh shit, Patrick, you're still here.
Yeah.
Does
Just-
everyone do it?
Sneak it through the cracks.
Since most of you guys over here were with me last night, I have to stay for a minute. I still have to find and I got to apologize to poor Cubby again because we dragged that poor guy so hard because we did not realize he was in the chat.
Oh
Thought he
right.
was just a rando.
So wait, Cubby, is he one of your friends that's in the Discord too, or?
I have no idea where he came from, but I looked over and he was in my stream chat, and we were just here like, yeah, we're gonna fucking murder him out back and make sure we get him gone. Like, gonna drag him out behind the Denny's and beat him to death with that fat ass raccoon that lives behind the dumpster.
TF2 nights are fun.
Start.
TF2 nights are fun.
No,
He
I'm
was
playing
just
right
like-
now.
I'm fucking around with it right now, looking for something. But yeah, I felt bad. I was like, oh damn,
Oh,
I apologize.
Christ alive. I'm actually starting to fall asleep right now because I'm just fucking woke up early today.
Oh, what's the matter? You sleepy baby?
Yeah,
I
He's
am
just
What time-
sleepy, baby. That one.
I'm getting a
What's-
headache from
what-
staring at the screen so long.
what time did you wake up so I can fucking pull out my big dick on you?
Oh no, I don't want to do this. I woke up today
No,
at
no, don't pull out the big dick on him. Pull out the little dick on him. Go easy at first.
it'll still
Okay,
make me feel
okay.
bad.
Put,
I
Build
got
him
put
up
the
a
big dick in
I
the
got-
drawer.
I got
Just
I
get out
got
the
that
small dick.
theoretical penis going on there.
So
Go with the small dicks. We'll just
Just
have to do
take
it.
take off the
If-
big dick,
Double
just unscrew
penetration.
it,
Jill's short
All
of
right,
his
all right.
cock.
Scrooge talk.
All right, so
Might I suggest
yeah,
we wind it down for the night?
yeah. Let's wind it down. Let's wind it down. Thank you, Lemon. All right. Anyone else? Anything? Any last bits anyone wants to say? Last call.
Yep.
Fitness gram pacer test is a multi-stage row capacity. Sorry.
Check us out at twitch.tv/Funkshire occasionally whenever we do TF2 streams. Those are
Oh
pretty
my
fun.
god.
Dude, it's
do
so
that pretty
it's so
often.
much fun. Yeah.
Shit gets
You
wild.
damn right we're gonna shill. We're gonna shill all day.
You gotta chill. Like there could be kids out there right now that are just like, I need that funk energy in my life. And I'm like, you know what? I'm here for you. I can give you terrible life decisions. I'll tell you I'm proud of you, and I will be super disappointed when you say you want a liberal arts degree.
I need to see
So-
someone running around in Man vs. Machine, sticky jumping their ass all over the map, being totally useless otherwise.
Named Pinhead Dipshit.
Yeah. Just bopping and hopping.
Because that's the kind of shit we get down to. I mean, literally, like Menthol's over there just sticky jumping everywhere. I'm standing in front trying to ensure everybody has a good time at Dollywood because I'm Dollywood security. Everybody's having a good time.
Even mutagen is the yelps I
Hearing-
hear from mutagen.
Hearing
so
mutagen like
wonderful.
laughing is cursed. It's cursed as fuck, but it's okay.
It's pretty good. All right, but that's gonna put a curtain on tonight's episode, gentlemen,
Oh,
lady.
hold on. I have one question.
Okay.
Actually, in hindsight, I could probably ask this later, but since I'm already talking, I might as well ask about it. I know many people are already getting ready for the spooky month.
Oh,
And so
absolutely.
I know personally for me, spooky time is all the time. But I have to ask, will there be a FluffCast Halloween special where the background art is like horror box?
Maybe. I don't know. I know where this is going, and we can talk about this later. But the only thing I have right now
I'm just
for
wondering. No, I'm just this is
everyone get
literally
to
just a
dress
random
up?
question.
This is your pitch
Dissipation.
meeting, yeah.
yeah.
I'm not
gonna be-
asking
Halloween this year,
to
I'm
do it.
gonna
I'm
be a
saying
duck.
will it be a thing?
With any luck, yes. The only thing I have currently planned right now is that me and Funkshire are gonna swap accents for the evening, and that's
we're
gonna be
gonna see
pretty
how that
scary.
goes.
And we're gonna see
I'm
how that
also
works.
I'm also gonna be dressed as Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. So
Oh, that's just gonna be great.
Maybe I'll
Yeah.
put on my Valley Girl voice. That's scary.
All right.
Just
That's it. And thank you for coming out to tonight's FluffCast. Good night, everybody. If you want to join the
Do
after
drugs.
party, there is a Discord link in the description. I'll see you in the waiting room later. Have a nice night. Christ alive, those guys are crazy.